All they're talking about is that Jonathan Davenport and that Chris Madden.
Comes Brandon over to the outside. He'll take the lead. The winner of the Dirt Late Model Dream for the third straight time is Brandon Overton.
Eldora, I guess that's all I can say. We're going to keep fighting. We don't give up. We'll be here till the end.
That's still one I really feel like I got to check off my bucket list. We brought the check home, but we didn't win it.
This is what I wanted to be, you know, the whole time I was growing up. I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to be a race car driver.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the hallowed half-mile high-banked oval located in Western Ohio. We're at Eldora Speedway for the 30th running of the Dirt Late Model Dream. Man, it is so good to be here. As always, in the booth, I'm Dustin Jarrett, and I'm joined alongside by my good friend James Essex. There we are, in case folks wondered if we were working remotely or if we're working. No, we're here. We are actually at the track right now, as well as about 100 Dirt Late Models, split fields. Half the field runs tonight, half the field runs tomorrow night. It all kicks off here tonight. The Every Lap Matters. Every Lap Matters
and three aliens. Right here, three aliens. We got our good friends, the aliens, with us tonight.
That's right.
And their favorite driver, Scott Bloomquist, in the house here tonight as well. But 9 former Dirt Late Model drivers that have won this race are entered here this weekend. And a set of split fields, $25K to win tonight, $25 tomorrow night.
There they are. Walking
Here
down
they
pit
are.
lane, the Indians.
They're on their pit walk tonight, so but I'm glad to be back here, and I love being down there last night for the hot laps. But
you did well. You did
by
well
the way, I did
laps.
get my waiver from NASCAR like Larson did, so I'm allowed back up here.
Good.
So I'm allowed back up here. So I thank everybody for that. But
that
was going to be fun, and sorry that it got washed out last night. But we got beautiful sunshine. And I assume it's broken clouds. We'll find out here in a little bit.
Well, we will find out. Tonight's order of events is pretty simple. We have Dirt Draft Hot Laps coming up, and that will be followed then, of course, by qualifying here, sponsored by Winners Performance this year. 4 heat races tonight, James. The top 5 out of those 4 heats lock themselves into tonight's prelim. 2 B mains. The top 2 will transfer. That'll give us our 24 car starting field for $25,000 to win 50 laps here this evening.
So I talked to several drivers, of course, about the split fields, and they're kind of mixed on it because if you have a bad night tonight, you don't have a chance to make up for it tomorrow night. So that might put you in the tail end of the heat race here on Saturday night. And we've got the Wheel of Misfortune early tonight, right?
We do, yeah. That is going to be spun. Yes, it's going to make an earlier appearance. That will be spun a little bit later on. The top 4 in each heat race are going to be inverted based on their qualifying times. The top 20 in points, then, there will be I think the fast qualifier. I don't even know. Someone is going to spin the Wheel of Misfortune tonight. And that spin is going to determine the invert for tonight and tomorrow night's feature both.
Okay.
So if they spin a 1, it's heads up. If they spin an 8, the top 8 will be inverted tonight and tomorrow night. James, let's go ahead and take a look at the track facts here at this famed oval in West Central Ohio that opened in 1954.
Just simply awesome, and we're here, you know, our hearts are hurting after our general manager, Eric Geppens, passed away last week. What a great man. What a great job he has done here. This was his 3rd year here at Eldora, and, man, we miss him here this weekend, but he's got a great staff. Matt Curl is with us, and we're going to run this show through here this weekend in memory of Jerry. I know he's looking down on us.
Yeah, absolutely, James. As our folks were able to piece together some clips of Jerry Gappens here over his 2-year tenure at the Eldora Speedway. Just that smile right there, I think, says it all, man. He was his smile kind of lit up a room, and very honestly, he was an outgoing and kind of fun-loving guy. Obviously here for a somewhat short period of time for just 2 years, but Jerry, he's going to be sorely missed by the folks here at Eldora Speedway, the folks that knew him in the racing community. Of course, he spent time at a few different NASCAR tracks, including New Hampshire as well. Spent time at Gas City Speedway, just up the road in Gas City, Indiana.
And the first time I met him was he worked at National Speed Sport News under Chris Economaki back when I used to call in results back in the day. You know,
so you and
I did that with the Mid-American Auto Racing News as well, and And I know he's looking down on us tonight. He'd be proud of what's going on, and we're going to do a good job for you, Jerry.
No, absolutely we are. And again, this will actually be the first race back after Jerry's passing. And I do know that they've got another thing or two up their sleeve, does the Eldora Speedway staff, here on Saturday night as we mourn the loss of Eldora Speedway General Manager Jerry Gappens. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, a look at the packed pit area here at Eldora. As we mentioned, actually over 100 cars registered for the weekend split fields. Half running tonight, half running tomorrow night. Who's running tonight? What's happening this evening? We'll hear about all of that, as well as we'll hear from our pit reporters coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. This is the 30th annual running of the Dirt Late Model Dream. The Thursday portion kicks off in just a little while. You're watching it all live here on FloRacing.
There's no one way to power up, as long as Ford is your starting line. Because more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it. Gas, hybrid, or all electric, the power is yours.
Race fans, Dirt Draft is your #1 fantasy racing app. Play along with hundreds of events each year featuring the biggest stars in series and racing. Draft your team each race night and compete against hundreds of fans across the country. Or start your private league to battle your friends for the ultimate bragging rights. Accumulate points each race night and cash those points in for top prizes from the biggest brands. Sign up today and learn more at dirtdraft.com or download in Google Play or the App Store. Dirt Draft, your fantasy racing edge.
Buzzy. Hi, I'm Tyler Buzzy, and we're the future of Buzzy Racing.
You think they'll jump in the business too?
Yeah, I think so. They love racing too.
Yes. Yeah. Racing is one of my passions because my dad and my grandpa work there.
One thing I can hope is we were there with our dad. Hopefully what we've taught them and they can take it and teach their kids, it continues to go.
Races down, 181 to go.
It ain't that many.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot.
Optimist, pessimist.
Welcome back to Eldora Speedway as we are moments away from cars hitting the track tonight for the opening night of the 30th annual Dirt Late Model Dream. I am right now down in the Eldora Speedway Victory Lane stage, and I have got the owner of the track, Tony Stewart. And Tony, I tell you what, man, the internet broke yesterday because, let's just call it, somebody decided to make up a false rumor that you sold the racetrack to FloRacing. First and foremost, the racetrack has not been sold, nor is it for sale, correct?
That is 1,000% correct. I don't know who was really bored at home and thought they were going to play a nice practical joke, but this track is not sold and it is not for sale. So this is a tradition with Earl and Bernice that they started back in '54, and we're proud to be owners of this racetrack. It's something we're passionate about, and trust me, when my phone started blowing up yesterday, it did not make me happy. So, but no, this track is not for sale. It's not sold. It's ours, and we plan on keeping it for a long time.
You know, somebody, whether they've got ill intent, they want to joke, whatever, I don't think people realize you guys have got a lot of great marketing partners here, and if they get wind of that, they might not know it's a joke. And to talk about the financial, just not devastation, but kind of devastation it could create this track if a bunch of sponsors think that it's for sale and you haven't been honest with them.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where literally I was sitting at home yesterday and getting ready for the weekend, getting ready to come here, and then we're going to Bristol this weekend, and literally I had to spend 3 hours sending text messages to people saying this is not true. And it does. It affects everybody involved. It affects the fans. It affects our partners, our sponsors. It's just it's unnecessary and unneeded. It created a lot of problems yesterday that we didn't need.
Racetrack is not for sale. It's not sold. Tony Stewart's here. Tony, on a brighter note, the sun's out today. We got a lot of rain yesterday. As a racer, new format this year, and as a track owner and a racer, what do you think about it?
Well, it's like what we've seen at the Knoxville Nationals with the sprint cars, and we'll see how it goes this weekend. If everybody likes it, we'll continue with it. If they don't, we'll go back to what we always have done in the past. But the one thing about Eldora is we're not scared to try different things. So this format will be interesting. I think you're gonna see the guys that don't run tonight. You're gonna see them watching intently to see what's going on and to see what they've got to plan for tomorrow. So, and same thing tomorrow night. The guys that run tonight, they're gonna watch tomorrow night to see how things change and see what this second group does tomorrow night. So it'll be interesting.
As a guy that's raced here, as a guy that's owned this place for a long time, give it to me. What is your favorite thing this day and time about Eldora Speedway?
Everything. It's, you know, we normally come in from North Star, and as soon as you crest the hill and you start seeing campers, I literally get cold chills. And it's been that way from the day that Earl called me and told me I needed to come meet him to present. I mean, every time I come over that hill and see the property, I start getting goosebumps. So it's just seeing the fans having a great time. It's cool to see all the racers that I've known for years, and there's new racers I'm constantly meeting. It's just neat to see how the sport keeps evolving, and even with the racetrack, we have to evolve with it to help accommodate what these cars like and dislike. So it's always challenging. It's always a moving target, but we've got a great staff here at Eldora that work their tails off, and obviously we're a very sad racing family, losing Jerry Gappens last week, and you know, I talked to his wife, and we definitely are going to miss him. He made an impact on this racetrack that has never been seen since I've owned it. He was the best promoter that we had, and it's going to be hard to fill those shoes, but we really appreciate everything that Jerry did. We're going to miss him, and we're going to do the very best we can to not only carry on Earl and Bernice's traditions, but what Jerry's done for us as well.
Heavy hearts with Jerry this weekend, but race fans, how about Tony Stewart, the owner? And he's going to continue to be the owner of Eldora Speedway. He said, absolutely. Guys, we're going to step aside. Thanks to marketing partners. We're getting closer to Hot Laps here tonight at the Big E in the Dirt Late Model Dream 30. We'll be right back.
I'll just put it this way, we'll be back. With the hard work of Mark Richards and all the people at Rocket, we'll be back.
Your opening night winner at East Bay Raceway Park is going to be Tyler Erb. The Ashton winner gets it done on a Tuesday night at East Bay.
But it's going to be the Reaper out of Marshalltown, Iowa. His first career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
And it's going to be Hudson O'Neal getting his first win. Back-to-back winner at East Bay Raceway Park. Hudson O'Neal wins it. $20,000 later, Alligator. Hudson O'Neal wins it in one. Dave Poske's Performance Parts has been serving the Ohio River Valley and racers from all across the country since 1978, and they are the home to Hoosier Tire, Ohio Valley, and Octane Race Products. Stop in and shop all of the nation's top brands, including Winner's Performance, Willwood Brakes, Bill Stein Shocks, Hyperco Springs, Maxima Race Oils, Impact Safety Equipment, along with hundreds of others. You can also visit Dave Poske's Performance Parts online at Poske.com as we ship UPS and truck freight daily. Dave Poske's Performance Parts, serving the Ohio River Valley and racers all across the country since 1978.
Welcome to Leyfeld Industrial and Welding Supplies, your one-stop destination for top-of-the-line industrial equipment and supplies, backed by our exceptional service department. With 2 convenient locations in Coldwater and Greenville, we're your trusted partner for all your industrial and welding needs. From precision welding with Miller & Lincoln to first-class performance with Milwaukee Power Tools, Landa Washers, and reliable power solutions with Honda generators, we've got you covered. Our commitment to quality and excellence ensures that you get the job done right every time. Because at Leyfeld Industrial and Welding Supplies, your success is our priority. Visit us today and experience the difference for yourself.
Hey race fans, picture this, a tap house with 46 taps where you make all the choices, paying by the ounce as you try all of your favorites on our unique self-serve pouring wall. Sure Shot Tap House offers something for everyone, from crafts, ciders, and seltzers to old favorite domestics, bourbon, and wine. Oh, and let's not forget our awesome beer-inspired food menu. So race fans, while at Eldora, be sure to check out the Sure Shot Tap House. Online at SureShotTapHouse.com, just right down the road in Greenville.
Welcome back to the first night of the 30th Annual Dirt Late Model Dream here at Eldora. The camping area is completely full. Yeah, we're expected to have an absolutely outstanding crowd here tonight as Mother Nature's blessed us with what looks like it's going to be a gorgeous night, gorgeous rest of the weekend.
Absolutely.
The racing here, James, is there is the sun shining brightly, 78 degrees outside, and it says clear skies, and I am looking at clouds. I'm really starting to doubt
what do they call it? Like cumulus nimbus, like broken, they're fluffy clouds, let's say.
Poofy. They're the poofy clouds. 78, and it's windy. Like Ben Shelton and I, we were talking earlier, it's been windy, I think, since Vado, since the Wild West shootout.
It's going to be a little windy tomorrow, but no rain, as you mentioned, through the weekend. So how about Smoke showing up?
I love it.
I love it. He just set the record straight right there. Heard it from the boss's mouth right there. I love that.
Yeah,
I
know.
We've discussed this many times. We're not going to get up on our soapbox because that. No,
I know.
At least not for the moment. But
well, we heard from Ben Shelton. We heard from Mike Norris a little bit later on. We've got a few of the other members of our broadcast team now joining us from the studio, which is located inside the the Kevin Kovac Memorial Media Center here at Eldora Speedway. Guys, you are enduring much better weather today inside than what everyone had to deal with outside today. It looks like we are in for a spectacular night of racing here at the Big E.
Dustin, I knew we were in trouble yesterday when I looked over my left shoulder during Castrol FloRacing Night in America, and the water was cascading over the back of the building. And I just thought to myself, Ben Shelton is not a happy camper because we are probably going to have to cancel tonight. But tonight, we are not going to have to cancel. To my left, Randy Weaver's first appearance on the air on FloRacing in 2024. America's sweetheart, Randy Weaver, joins us. Derek Kessinger, D-Suave as well. Guys, I think for our segment right now, to me, the highlight and the story of the night is for the first time ever this split field format at Eldora, right? Only half the Dream field is competing tonight. When you look at this roster, what jumps out to you, Randy? I'm going to start with you on a Thursday night.
Well, first of all, when they was interviewing some of the guys like Davenport and them that didn't even know about the new format, all they know is it's Eldora, it's the Dream, and they're going to be here. But somebody that sticks out to me is Carson Ferguson. He ran really well here his first time ever, and they've just got better, and now he's took over that ride full time. I think he could be a guy that surprised some people.
Derek, what about you?
Well, first off, you said Weaver was joining us. I thought it was the man.
Not Kevin
Weaver. From Gibson.
Not Kevin
but
Weaver.
hey, you're just as good. So, no, T-Mac, Tim McCready.
Yeah.
Last two times that Rocket won has unloaded, been very fast. His experience, we'll see how that checks out and plays tonight. Then also Chris Ferguson, back in a Longhorn. Horns up, hasn't been in one since 2015, which he set the track record that day in the afternoon. He doesn't have it now, but at the time. So he's excited to get back in a Longhorn. He's been in a Bloomquist, had several top 5, top 10 runs.
Yeah.
So, a little bit different there for Fergie than a North Carolina driver.
I think the people at home are going to look at tonight's roster and say, okay, it's clearly headlined by the 20 RT and the 32, right? Bobby Pearson, Ricky Thornton Jr. last year, 1A, 1B drivers in the country. Fresh off a dust-up at Macon Speedway. Castrol FloRacing Night in America last week. Ricky drives it pretty hard in turn 1. Him and the 32 make contact. I was teasing Jonathan Bateman at Eldora. I said, you guys are like the NCAA tournament committee. You're always creating matchups, 20 RT and 32. Be kind of fun, Derek, if we could get those two out front tonight.
Hey, Angie says she forgave us for not getting her son the #1 driver last year. Ricky Thornton got it, but it just always seems to work that way, Randy Weaver, when you have two guys had a tussle a little over a week ago at one of the biggest stages, Eldora Speedway. It'll be very interesting seeing those two. But hey, it's like what JD said on the Late Model Live show with me and Rigsby during the video cast. He said, I just have receipts in my back pocket. He always remembers. So if he has to use one of those receipts, you think that maybe Bobby or Ricky Thornton might use one tonight?
Well, both of them race really hard. It don't matter where they're at, but now you've got big money on the big stage. I think they'll be a little smarter than normal. Just because we got to get to Saturday night and let's get ourselves in position.
And they don't get a race tomorrow night.
Exactly.
Right?
So, if it comes down to the end, then maybe. But these guys are here. They're smart. They're wanting to win one of the biggest races of the year, and I think they'll put that behind them a little bit.
Randy, real quick before we take a look at some of the guys in the field tonight, like you mentioned, a lot of guys are going to watch. JD's not racing, right? The modern-day king of Eldora. I'm interested to hear your perspective on walking around and talking to those guys. Do they think it is a little bit of an advantage tonight to be able to hone in and do something they don't normally get to do, which is not take the night off, but pay attention from a different perspective tonight?
Well, the drivers might get to take off a little bit and just watch, but I promise you the crew guys will be running back and forth and checking everybody out, from tire wear to just way cars are to how they race. But the drivers, it's funny, when I talk to everybody today, the guys that's really good, the JDs and stuff that's good here, they didn't have a problem with the new format. The guys that wants more laps to get experience and hopefully get a better shot for Saturday, they don't like the new format. So you have a mixed match, but anyway, when it comes down to it, the guys won't race, but they'll still be busy in the pits.
Josh McGuire told us on the pre-race show, he goes, these new guys complaining about this format. He goes, I got 2 hot laps and 2 time trials back in the day. You remember that format. This is still superior to that, right?
Yes, it is. And back, I told somebody earlier today, they said, well, did you always make the cut? The cut back then was 120.
120.
And I said, well, don't forget. They said, you should have been able to do that. And I said, but there was 240-something cars the first time I came. So I was worried several times about making the cut. But no, this format's definitely better. They're paying more money. Anytime you can race for more money, less laps, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think we're going to step away and get set to take a quick commercial break. You see Chris Madden, I wanted to ask you about this before we did that, Randy. Madden says next year he's stepping away. Do you believe him? Is he going to step away next year?
I do believe him, but this place has been so close for him. If he could pull this off Saturday, he might even do it quicker than that. But, this stuff is really grueling and a lot of work and up and down the road, so everybody gets to that point at some time.
We're about 5 minutes away from Hot Laps. I wanted you to take a look at Randy Weaver and I wearing a couple of these new FloRacing shirts. Exciting this weekend, and this incredible FloRacing rope hat that
for
we've
the
got.
Brand, Rigsby.
Take your phone out and scan that QR code right now, or head to shopflowsports.com. Brand new FloRacing merchandise. I love it. Randy and I look twinsies. We look great. And these rope hats are unbelievably awesome. They are on the store right now. Shopflowsports.com, or take your phone out and scan that QR code. It is the best merchandise we have ever done in my nearly 5 years at Flow Sports. So please check it out. Help us out. We're going to make a big merchandise push in the back half of 2024. Randy Weaver, we will catch up with you later in the evening. You'll be with Ben Shelton and Dustin Jarrett. Suave, we'll see you on the post-race show. Michael Rigsby sending it to a quick commercial break, and we will be back shortly, about 4 or 5 minutes away from Hot Laps on night number 1 of Dream 30.
I love the sound of someone getting their money's worth. I mean, where else are you gonna get ahs like that for 99 cents? Only in Casey's country. It's not crazy, it's Casey's. For a limited time, get medium fountain drinks for just 99 cents.
I'll just put it this way, we'll be back. With the hard work of Mark Richards and all the people at Rocket, we'll be back.
Your opening night winner at East Bay Raceway Park is going to be Tyler Erb. Ashton Winger gets it done on a Tuesday night at East Bay.
But it's going to be the Reaper out of Marshalltown, Iowa. His first career win of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
And it's going to be Hudson O'Neal getting his first win. Back-to-back winner at East Bay. Welcome back to the 30th running of the Dirt Late Model Dream here at Eldora, the Thursday night portion. Cars that fans are turned out for sure. And we have got, I believe, 50 entries here this evening, or 51, maybe 50. I think 50 entries
50
right on the nose. Y'all here tonight. And right on cue, James, we have got the first wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps making their way out on the Speedway. And they're going to be led out by the driver of the number 5. That's going to be Mark Whitener out of Middleburg, Florida, the Ocala Restaurant Supply, Southeast Ship Repair, Baker Farms, Whitener Tractor Service, Pro Power Longhorn entry. And he will be followed by the driver of the number C6. That is Oakley Johns out of Hohenwald, Tennessee, the 27-year-old. In the Johns Timber, Joliffe Enterprises, Zippy's Auto, Stewart Farms, B&B Race Parts, Dickens-powered Rocket Chassis.
First time here at Eldora, Jeff Greer, the car owner, former promoter at North Alabama Speedway. Behind him, the 79 car. He is on the Billy Hicks Racing out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. That is the H&H Auto Sales Double Nickel Clements of Donald McIntosh. Donald McIntosh out of Dawsonville, Georgia, the 2024 Spring Nationals champion. Behind him in the Brett Coltman Farms, car number 96, former Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series and World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year. That is Tanner English. Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky in 96, DJ.
We have got one other car behind them. That's going to be the 15. Yep, and that is going to be the Harrison, Tennessee driver. That's Ethan Hunter. A Clements-powered Predator chassis for the driver of the Hunter Electric Company. Faultless Incorporated Precision Seal Coating. Chattanooga Valley Auto Parts sponsored number 15. And he'll be followed by the driver of the 18 out of Mohawk, Tennessee. That'll be Brad Dyer. Brad Dyer in a Clements-powered Team Zero race car. The Crittenden Millwright and Fabrication. All Right Logistics K&A sponsored number 18.
And the 25 car, you know him very well, the Bristol Bullet, Salem, West Virginia, and his Team Zero Bloomquist car, the BSI Well Service, BlackRock Enterprises entry. That is Mike Benedum, or as we like to call him, Michael Benedum. He is out of Salem, West Virginia. Behind him in the Paul Stubber 31A US, that is Kai Blight. Kai Blight out of Bunbury, Western Australia. He is in the Bar 31 Rocket Durham. Car number AUS 31. By the way, the owner of car 15, did you notice that on the entries? And he's over there in the pit area. Randall Chupp. Randall Chupp has built the Predator race cars, and that is for Ethan Hunter in the 15, DJ.
How about that? Yep. There's the 93 of Carson Ferguson, that Paylor Motorsports entry. It's a Clements-powered Longhorn for the 24-year-old out of Lincolnton, North Carolina. 2 wins on the year for that Franklin Enterprises, Hoopaw Grading Company, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, ArmsList.com. Coltman Farms WP Shock sponsored 93. In front of him, near the end of the back straightaway, well, we'll take a look at this guy, the number 6, and that is going to be Dustin Linville. He's in that Danny Hatcher owned.
The Rooster.
Yeah, it is the Rooster, absolutely. That Danny Hatcher owned Durham-powered Longhorn race car. The Hatcher's Auto Sales, C Motors, Supreme Enterprises, Lamb's Trailer Sales, Lance's Garage Door sponsored at number 6.
And you have the 71 car, the Parkway Liquor Store, Tennessee Homemade Wines, out of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, in the Masters built. That is Pierce McCarter. Pierce McCarter in car number 71. Coming at you out of a yellow 71, right? It won the Dream before, right?
Absolutely.
Back with Don O'Neill, who's here in 2011.
And one other driver on the track, James, for this session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Out of Camden, Ohio, it's going to be Cody Evans. Cody Evans in the Performance Transport. Ace's Place Dog Grooming. A new sponsor there, his girlfriend's company, Hensley Logistics, Naylor Electric, Slicker Graphics sponsored. Number 4G, Cody started this event in 2021 with a 23rd place finish.
I don't see Kyle Bryant. He is here in Navarre, Florida, his hometown. First time here at Eldora. I counted at least a dozen drivers here for the very first time. There may be a few more than that, DJ, so that's awesome.
Absolutely. So, Dirt Draft. Did you set a Dirt Draft fantasy lineup, James?
No, but you know my password, so you could do it for me.
Well,
Are you set?
I may have. Look at this. Okay. Right on cue, I set your lineup for you.
Okay, who do you got?
You versus me tonight. Can you see this?
Yes.
I gave you Jeff Purvis, Freddie Smith, CJ Rayburn, Ray Godsey, and Jim Curry.
Good. They all fit under $100,000.
And you fit within the salary cap. Yes. Was that?
That is perfect, my friend. That is awesome.
Oh, I figured you would love that.
That is awesome. Hey, you fans out there, take that, right?
My good friend.
Do I get an Essex T-shirt for this, or do I get a Death Ridge Opticians or Dirt Draft shirt? What do I get for this?
New subs do receive a free T-shirt. Promo codes, again, from Death Ridge and My Race Pass. Got a race, hunt the front, and all of that. And they've also, they're running a new promo here this week as well, as they have got Just Beat DJ promo. And I'm not making this up. This is something that Clint Dahl from Dirt Draft whipped up. This is my starter lineup. I had to submit this by like noon today. Okay, you got to take a picture.
I got to take a picture.
Leave that up for a second, Tiffany. Here, get down here. I'll take a good picture for you. Oh, thank you. I don't think I got it.
Now let's see.
I don't know. That's all right. We'll put it back up here in just a second, James. So
yeah, we got it.
You got it. Good.
Look
okay.
at that.
It's the Just Beat DJ challenge, and so I guess anyone that beats me, which listen, I'm on a little bit of a cold front here right now. I've not done well lately. Anyone that beats me in the overall leaderboard at the end of the week, they're going to go into a drawing where 25 folks that beat me, which I think is going to be easy to find 25. They're going to be put in a drawing for either for their choice of a ticket to an upcoming event, a pace truck ride and victory lane experience with Lucas Oil, Hunt the Front, USAC, or Short Track Super Series, or a 4-pack of T-shirts from the good folks at Dirt Draft.
Do they have to live in the state of Ohio to beat you?
No, the 50-50.
What if they're from Michigan? I know how you love Michigan fans.
I met some great folks from Michigan earlier. I met a lot of great fans here today, by the way.
Well,
selfies with a lot. Took selfies with the aliens, with Team 3A.
I had lunch. Well, after the rain out last night, we went to St. Henry's nightclub.
Oh, did you?
And we had a group from Three Springs, Pennsylvania. They're Port Royal fanatics.
Yeah.
And we love Port Royal. You and I love Port Royal. Okay. How about Rick Eckerd last week?
Absolutely. 9th
to 1st. And, of course, they're hosting an Appalachian Mountain Speedway race coming up. But can't wait to get to Port Royal back at the end of August. $50,000 to win.
I went to
the Rumble by the River, and the bridge is open, so we've got a real Rumble by the River.
My favorite St. Henry nightclub moment. I went there. This is many years ago when I was a house announcer here. We're talking 15 years ago or whatever.
Right.
And I went there one night after. It was St. Henry nightclub's always one of the places to go after the races, but it was a place to go after the banquet at the end of the year.
Right.
I walked in and someone handed me a jug, like a milk jug, a 64-gallon jug with something blue in it. And my dad, the veteran Larry Jarrett, was with me. And he said, "What's this?" And the guy said, "Don't ask, just drink it." So
it wasn't blue Gatorade. Cool blue Gatorade.
Dad's not been the same since. I can tell you that.
I miss. We'll have to see him in a few weeks at Zanesville. Won't we?
Absolutely.
He's still in the Kryptonite house car.
He's still in the Kryptonite house car. Had a 17th to 10th run in the UMP Modifieds there on Saturday night.
He's back. He is back, Larry Jarrett. Did you pick him in Dirt Draft? You didn't even pick your own dad.
He was not available. He was too high. Price tag was too high.
Terry and Vicky's son's doing pretty good right now.
He is. Tanner English with a 167.44, the fastest driver in that first wave of Dirt Draft hot laps. As they get a little bit of the grease blown off this racetrack, and we will bring out the second session of Dirt Draft hot laps here momentarily.
I mentioned 9 former Dirt Late Model Dream winners in the house this week, and of course Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Overton, Scott Bloomquist, Brandon Shepard, Dale McDowell, Shane Clan, Dennis Erb Jr., Billy Moyer, and Jimmy Owens. But we've got 3 other former Dream winners here as well. Donnie Moran, right? Jimmy Mars, whose son is making his debut at Eldora, and of course Don O'Neill.
Look at that helmet. I love that helmet, by the way.
Man.
The Max Blair Miami Dolphins.
Dan Marino. What was that movie he was in with the dolphin? What was that?
It was the Jim Carrey movie.
The Jim Carrey movie. Yes, it was. Max, how about Max? Max Good. Max Good in the Show Me 100. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Of course, he'll be at Smoky Mountain, and he can't wait to get back to Lernerville.
Yeah.
Doing double duty, of course, with the Rush.
Yes, and he's going to have a special wrap on that race car at the Firecracker 100.
Oh, that's cool.
Well. Yeah.
Is that Bam Bam's debut in a super late model? Brock Pinkerus.
Brock Pinkerus, I hear that
his debut in a super late model that weekend at Lernerville for the Firecracker 100. So Tanner English right now, Dirt Draft hot laps in the Brett Coleman. Talked to Brett earlier. We thank him for what he does for not only all the series, but the racetracks and all the drivers. 16.744 by Tanner. Cody Evans He is second, and then Kai Blight and Pierce McCarter as the second group rolls out on the racetrack.
Yep, where they're let out.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, well, look at him. We just saw the 79 first. That's the Navarre, Florida driver, Kyle Bryant, the Clemens-powered Longhorn Bryant Racing Equipment, Back Ridge Tree Service entry. Behind him will be the driver of the Zero. Welcome back to the Big E. Out of Mooresburg, Tennessee, Scott Bloomquist in the Petroff Towing Coondog Academy, Magaha Electric Cadillac Ranch-sponsored Team Zero entry. Behind him, a driver with a special wrap on his car.
I love this. Is that the roulette wheel?
It is.
18D, that's the big perm. Dalton Wilson, the final winner of the East Bay Winter Nationals. He's in the James Ratliff MG Auto Sales, JR Trucking. Innovative Community Solutions, Longhorn, number 18D. Then we have going into turn 1.
The other 18.
The other 18. That is driven by, wait a minute, I've lost my place here. Shannon Babb. Right? That's Shannon Babb.
Very good.
It is Shannon Babb. He's out of Moweaqua, Illinois, in the Petrov Towing, Donna Grossi, Donnelly Trucking, CJI Piping and Fabrication, Longhorn Vic Hill out of Moweaqua, Illinois.
There you're going to
By the way, it was just an oil line and oil something last night, so it was not.
Yeah,
they got it fixed, right?
It was a oil pressure.
The
oil pressure gauge. They did not have it tightened down, and that's what the issue. That is the same motor they had in last night.
There's Chris Madden on the racetrack, 3 times a runner-up in this race. James in the Franklin Enterprises, Henderson Amusement, Dryden, Millwood Plumbing, sponsored Durham-powered Longhorn for the driver out of Great Court, South Carolina. Behind him, the 20 RT current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader. That's Ricky Thornton Jr. out of Chandler, Arizona. And the SSI Motorsports Coltman Farms, Big River Steel, Hooker Trucking, Dyno One Incorporated, sponsored 20 RT. There's Brandon Overton on the racetrack, a 3-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner and a 6-time winner this year. And he currently leads the Hunt, the Front Series point standings in that Wells & Sons Motorsports Clemens-powered Infinity chassis, Garnto Southern. Muscle Factory, Coltman Farms Victory Fuel on the side of that. There's the driver that currently leads the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year standings. That's going to be Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida. In the H&R-powered Rocket Chassis, Wilkerson Farms, Imperial Electric Services, Rescue Metal Framing, Done Right Construction, sponsored 6H. A good look there at the number 12. James, that'll be Senatobia. Yep, Jamie Elam out of Senatobia, Minnesota. The Clemens-powered Capital Race Car, the Delta Thunder Motorsports, Estes Trucking and Grading, Greenpoint Ag, Mississippi Police Supply, sponsored number 12. And there's Tyler Carpenter, guys, in the number 28 out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Tyler Carpenter on the racetrack in the 28.
Jamie Elam, Minnesota, Mississippi, all the same thing, really, when you come down to it. Randy, you're watching turn 1 and 2. What do you see out of this racetrack right now, early in hot laps?
Well, it's just still a little slimy, and as we know here at Eldora, you have to get in the corner so hard on the throttle. But this times are fixing to pick up, and looks like it's going to widen out. But they had to get it pretty wet today to hold off this wind and the good sunshine and the temperature. But man, it's going to be really quick here in just about 2 more sessions.
Also out on the track is Corey Hedgecock, right now third overall in Dirt Draft Hot Lap, 16.259. He's in the Sean and Lisa Martin Viper Risk Motorsports 36V BMF chassis.
Not
First
BFE,
time in that.
Not BFE that you called it last year.
No, that's right. You got Clay Harris, right? Clay Harris, the current O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year, 8th right now. And Josh Rice was out there, 17.635 his lap. The Sinesas, you can say it either way. Sinesas, yeah, number 11. And out of Verona, Kentucky, 17.635. So right now it's Brandon Overton, 16.079 in that Infinity by Wells car. There's, 3 of them here. Of course, Ryan Gustin, who'll run tomorrow night, and the Hall of Famer, the only 6-time world winner, Billy Moyer, brand new Infinity by Wells for Todd Cooney Motorsports, Dustin.
Yes, it is. And Todd Cooney, I don't know that he's here this weekend. I know that some of his health issues sidelined him recently from World of Outlaws, Case Construction Late Model Series competition. So, Todd, if you're watching, we certainly send well wishes out to you as we see some teams crossing over on the racetrack as we get ready to roll the next group out on the Speedway. Mike Norris.
Hey, got an update down here. The Magic Man, Mark Whitener, had a vibration as we saw last night with Bobby Pierce. I think they are checking over the 5 feverishly. Vibration from the 5 of Mark Whitener.
We want to mention also on Bloomquist car, Coon Dog Academy. That is not Todd Cooney.
That is not.
That is
different Coon Dog.
The infamous Cody Mallard.
It is Cody Mallard.
Coon
yes.
Dog Academy on the Zero. That car, by the way, owned by Terry Wolfenbarger. It's Wolfenbarger's Team Zero car with a Vic Hill motor under the hood, guys.
Hey, guys, also talked to G.R. Smith and Max McLaughlin down here yesterday. They said, hey, a brand new power plant and McLaughlin's 22 Star last night, and you saw the smoke coming out. It was like it was smoking, overheating. They said actually the coolant line, they had not bled it all the way out. Some issues with that. They did not have to change motors on that race car. And you talk about McLaughlin, you talk about Babb, you talk about Pierce. Those guys only got a handful of hot laps last night before the rain came in. But think about what a difference a day made if they had started today or tomorrow with the issues they ran into last night.
All right, thank you very much, Ben. Great job down there in the infield. As the next group of cars make their way onto the racetrack, and the driver coming off a big win in a modified last week at Mississippi Thunder, that is Cade Dillard. Cade Dillard, the 97 car. He comes to us out of Robeline, Louisiana. And back here, how about that back-to-back at Eldora shot for another $100,000
right.
this weekend in that 97 car. And in this next group, let me get his sponsors, right? You got him in front of you.
Well, I got him in front of
Cade Dillard, yeah, the SNS Fishing and Rental. Crone Farms, Big Tex Trailers. Not Super Tex, H.A. Foyt, but Big Tex Trailers. Jules Auto Sales, Longhorn Clements for Cade Dillard. Right now, Cade running third in the World of Outlaw Series points, Dustin.
And the driver that is sixth in the Lucas Oil points is on your screen right now. That's going to be the driver out of Watertown, New York, T-Mac Tim McCready played again in the Durham-powered rocket chassis. The Valvoline Swaber Calf Francis Petroff Towing Performance Grading Ace Metalworks Gunners Honey sponsor number 1. And there's the 32 out of Oakwood, Illinois, the smooth operator Bobby Pierce, Vic Hill Power playing underneath the hood of that Longhorn, and a special wrap this weekend for the driver of the Low Voltage Solutions, Rio Grande Waste Services, Hooker Trucking, Collins Brothers Towing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Fast One Speed Shop 32. It's Bobby Pierce.
Is the Joker? The Joker?
No, it's not the Joker. Freddy Krueger.
Freddie Krueger, okay.
Krueger on it,
He wasn't on Batman.
It is true.
How about 111? Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the Brad Spochaz-owned entry, Centerline Motorsports, Max Blair, the 111 car. Again, out of Centerline, Pennsylvania, he's in the Creekside Auto Sales, C&J Dairy, Murphy's Logging, Longhorn Clements, 111.
The other 111 is going to be behind him, James. That's going to be the driver out of Sylvester, Georgia. That's Stephen Roberts. And the Clements-powered Longhorn, the Roberts Bead Company, Lennox River Ranch, First Class Septic, Dryball Systems Incorporated, sponsored 111. He'll be followed out by the 10. We talked about Joseph Joyner. He's got a clap. I mentioned last night it was a J. Dickens. He entered with a J. Dickens. They decided last minute to put a Clements underneath the hood of that Longhorn race car. The Kubota Hunt the Front Base Racing Fuels Trade and Paint sponsored entry currently sits 5th in the Hunt the Front Series point standings, 2 wins on the year for that driver. There's the 8 of Rob Anderzak out of Swanton, Ohio in the ABC Motorsports 10 Mile Creek Excavating Tri-County Tire Gressman powered Longhorn entry.
Tristan Chamberlain out of Richmond, Indiana, the Gibson Motorsports. Vision Woodworks, Kaig Sewer Nozzles, Pardo's Towing, Longhorn Spec Racing Engines. There's the 39 out of Loveland, Ohio. That is Mike Hildebrand. Mike Hildebrand in car 39. And he is in the KS1 chassis. And right now, Bobby Pierce at 15.532.
Guys, Cade Dillard, and that's set in the 97 cars. You talked about a $100,000 win at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. 7 wins on the year, 6 in the mod, 1 in the late model, and that came in the season opener at Vado Speedway Park. But it's interesting. Cade's been here for the World. First time ever to the Dream. He just does not have a ton of laps around this place. And we'll see if Dillard can have speed here this weekend. Currently 3rd in the Outlaw standings.
There's a good look at the 18D of Dalton Wilson. Told the story last night, James. I don't know if you heard it. I was talking to Dalton and said that Matt James from Race Ranch got with them. Said he wanted to do a special wrap on that race car. He said I'm up for it. What do you want? And Matt said, well, what do you like to do? And Dalton said, not a whole lot. I like to race in Gainesville. And so they went with the Retro Vegas wrap on that race car. I love it. Looks so cool, man. I think it looks the
move over Wayne Newton.
That's right. Yes.
By the way, we miss Cade Loudy out there to Rogersville, Tennessee, in the Bruce Miller Masonry, Bigfoot Enterprises, Kerry Jones Trucking, Masters Built. As you see the conversation down there.
Yeah, Brad Dyer, and you see Ricky Weiss down there talking to him.
Mike Knuckles, is he Mike Knuckles?
I did see Mike Knuckles
on the
down there.
Brad Dyer's car. Here's the 22 Star up next as we roll through Dirt Draft Hot Laps. That is Max, and that's
GR Smith tonight. Yep.
GR Smith in the Gambler Transport Mohawk, number 22 Star Longhorn, out of Cornelius, North Carolina behind him in the Race Car Engineering Borchers Equipment 40B. Out of Brandon, Florida, that is Kyle Bronson. Kyle Bronson currently 5th in the World of Outlaw Late Model Series points.
The driver behind him is going to pilot the Kevin Rumley-owned 71 this weekend. That's going to be Hudson O'Neal, the defending World 100 champion in the Performance Concrete Cut. In the not this weekend. It'll actually.
It's on there. It's on their lid. It's the D.
It is. It is. Yeah. This weekend though, it'll be the Lionel Racing Kevin Rumley Senior Life Insurance sponsored number 71. 5 wins on the year for the 23-year-old. And following him, the new driver of the ASD Racing 74X. That's Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. The Spring Nationals winner at Waycross earlier this season. A Clements-powered Barry Wright icon for the Torco Racing Fuels, American Racing, SRI Performance, Boswell Oil, ASD Motorsports 74X.
And the icon Barry Wright is here, by the way. There's the 3D currently leading the Hunt the Front Rookie of the Year point standings. That'll be Jackson Heiss, his first time here out of Ocala, Florida. He's in the Triple Crown trailers. Are you on Triple Crown or Crown Royal? Quality Services Roofing 388. By the way, there's Dennis Erb Jr., former Dirt Late Model Dream winner. He is in the Vomac Truck Sales 28 car. By the way, if we can get a shot, Tiffany, the 71 of Hudson O'Neal. I talked to Kevin Lionel, the train.
Yes.
That is who's the sponsor on there.
Oh.
They've got some new trains coming out. Some, what do they call? They're not toy trains. They're actual trains, right? That you can run around the Christmas tree or wherever, right?
Did you have a train around your Christmas tree growing up?
No, but I always wanted one. There it is, right there on the quarter panel. Lionel Racing, and that's the Lionel trains. They are based just outside of Charlotte, by the way, North Carolina.
Hey, welcome back, Shane Clanton, by the way.
Welcome back. How about that? How about the look?
I like it. I like it. One of 8 drivers that have won the Dirt Late Model Dream and the World 100. You just saw him, and then there's Sammy Mars, a 3-time winner this year out of Menominee, Wisconsin, the 20-year-old. His dad, Jimmy Mars, of course, started this race 12 times, the 1997 winner of the Dirt Late Model Dream. And there's the 22 of Chris Ferguson. Glad to have Chris Ferguson back with us in that Patriot Meat Processing Spartan Transportation entry. And there's the C8, a late entrant. That's Cole Perrine, a winner at Tyler County Speedway earlier this year out of Lowell, Ohio, in the Matt's Custom Auto Perrine Brothers Trucking sponsored C8.
Jerry Bowersock also out there, the Best Performance 95J, the veteran out of Wapakoneta, Ohio. But Hudson O'Neal, 15.511. Is that top of the speed chart?
It sure is.
How about Dylan Thompson, the Chase Motorsports car, number 99? He is 6th right now at 15.721 out of Paducah, Kentucky, where you and I worked together one night. And
yes, we did.
It's just a piece of plastic.
Bob Sargent was upset at me because I called a caution one night when I was race directing. And
it was just a tear-off.
I told him it was just a piece of plastic.
Yeah, at least we can spot that. We also can spot wheel covers, by the way, very well. Right?
Yes, that's right. That is right.
You're still wound up about that word.
A little wound up a couple weeks ago. I get that way sometimes. Well, that is going to wrap up Dirt Draft Hot Laps here this evening. Next up will be Winners Performance Time Trials. We're going to step aside and thank the folks that make this broadcast a possibility. If you're here on the grounds or you're watching at home, don't go anywhere. We'll be back to Eldora Speedway right after this.
Welcome back to Eldora Speedway, the 30th annual Dirt Late Model Dream preliminary night. Number 1 tonight, the field split in half. Got about 100 entries, so 50 of them will be in competition tonight. 25,000 to win here tonight. So first group of qualifying coming up, it'll be the winners performance qualifying for the late models. And the Magic Man, Mark Whitener, who had some issues in hot laps, he is down there ready to go. There you see the beautiful shot here on a beautiful evening here in Rossburg, Ohio. Come on out. If you're watching at home on Flow, we appreciate that, but come on out. Nothing like experiencing this thing live. And I know I met a lot of fans here for the first time ever. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
as long as Eldora's been around, as long as you and I have been around, there's still always fans for the first time. Look at this. I'm not going to go say that it's the largest dream ever that might be, but it might be. But the largest starting money ever for a dirt late model race, of course, it was at I-80 a couple of years ago, $5,300 start. And then I think we did that at the World last year or the year before. A couple years ago. $6,000 to start here on Saturday night. That is a dirt late model record all time. We're ready to go.
Hey guys, real quick, I just want to point out last year it was $5,029 to start. That is quite the jump.
That's awesome. It'll be Mark Whitener, the 5 out of Middleburg, Florida, followed by the 15 now hailing out of Harrison, Tennessee is Ethan Hunter, and the 18 out of Mohawk, Tennessee, Brad Dyer. Mark Whitener, the Southeast Ship Repair, Baker Farms, Jed Concrete Works, Ocala Restaurant, Mosley Ranch. And then Ethan Hunter, he's in the Predator Race Cars, Hunter Electric, East Tennessee Specialty Builders, Flawless Paving, Randall Chubb Consulting, and Brad Dyer, the Dyer Trucking, All Freight Logistics, Tolliver Heating and Air, Team Zero Clements, car 18, Dustin.
Absolutely. Mark Whitener's first lap time, 15.918. Ethan Hunter with a 16.078. Brad Dyer with the early time to beat, 1.5733. We'll see if anybody's able to improve on lap number 2. And as of right now, no. Second lap time for Ethan Hunter, not as good. And the second lap time for Brad Dyer, a little bit better. So Brad Dyer will be the driver to beat after the first 3 cars. That lap time, 1.5.725.
Mike Knuckles turning the wrenches on that car. Up next to first-time visitor at Eldora, the C6, Hohenwald, Tennessee, the hometown of Oakley Johns in the Jeff Greer, Zippy Auto, CFR Parts and Fabrication, Summertown Metals, Jolliffe Enterprises, Johns Timber, B&B Race Parts, Rocket, J. Dickens, followed by the 6 in the Danny Hatcher out of Campbellsville, Kentucky owned car. It'll be the Rooster, Dustin Linville out of Lancaster, Kentucky, in the Hatcher's Auto Sales, Riverwood Self Storage, Tim Logan Racing, Renegade Race Fuels, Poske's Performance, Time Race Products, Graphic Impression of Longhorn, Durham, and the 96 in the Britt Coleman entry. It'll be Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky. He's on the Coleman Farm Special Needs Schools of Gwinnett, Bill Stein Shock, C Motors, Custom Automotive, M&M Painting and Construction, Longhorn Clements for Tanner English. The next 3 on the track here in quartermaster qualifying.
Winners performance
close, very close. Oakley John second quick, Dustin Linville third. Tanner English goes to the top of the leaderboard. James with a 1.5.569. Second lap time for Oakley Johns, not as good. He's third quick, best lap 15.772. Dustin Linville fourth quick, best lap 1.5.758. And Tanner English does not improve on lap 2, but after 6 cars, James, it's now Tanner English sitting atop the leaderboard. His lap time, a 1.5.569.
Up next will be the driver currently 5th in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Series in the Paler Motorsports entry. Out of Lincoln, North Carolina, that'll be Carson Ferguson. Carson Ferguson in the Hoopall Grading, Brad Benton Trucking, Baker Mitchell Company, WP Racing Shocks, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Coleman Farms, Bill Stein, Franklin Enterprises, Tribble Electric, Longhorn Clements, followed by the 71 out of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That'll be Pierce McCarter. He's in the Parkway Liquor Store, Tennessee Homemade Wines, Bill Stein, Base Fuel, Simpson Race Equipment, Hypercoa. Awesome Designs, Masters Built Pro Built on the 79B, Navarre, Florida, the home of Kyle Bryant. Another first-time Eldora visitor not out there. So Mike Benedum is out there in the 25. Out of Salem, West Virginia, the BSI Well Service, Black Rock Enterprises, C.E. Bircher's Ranch, Clarksburg Mac. That is a Team Zero, Clements 25. Dustin.
Indeed it is. Pierce McCarter, 7th quick on lap number 1. Mike Benedum to the top of the leaderboard. James 15.497. And Carson Ferguson's first lap, 1.5.617. Second time around. For the 71 at Pierce McCarter, not as good. 8th quick, 1.5797 his best lap. Mike Benedum's second lap, not as good. Not going to matter right now. And the second lap time for Carson Ferguson, also not as good. So Mike Benedum, after 9 cars, James, now the time to beat with a 1.5.497.
That Dolly's popcorn got me a little The caramel corn is awesome, isn't it?
Choked up, it's delicious.
It's awesome. There is Kyle Bryant. The 79 car, first time here at Eldora. He's out of Navarre, Florida. He's in the Bryant Racing Equipment. Back Ridge Tree Service, Longhorn Clements, followed by the other 79. It'll be Donald McIntosh. He's out of Dawsonville, Georgia. The 2024 Spring Nationals champion. He's in the Billy Hicks Racing out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. H&H Shuttle Sales, Bill Stein Hicks Racing. Double Nickel Clements, and the 4G. A little bit of smoke for Cody Evans out of Camden, Ohio. He's in the Performance Transport, Hensley Logistics. New sponsor, Aces Place, Dog Grooming. Rocket Vic Hill for the 4G of Cody Evans.
Kyle Bryant going to be 10th quick on lap number 1. Donald McIntosh now goes 10th quick his first time around. And the 4G at Cody Evans, 16 seconds flat. That's good enough for 9th fastest. Second lap time for Kyle Bryant is a little better. 11th quick, though, 1:06.109. Second lap time for Donald McIntosh is a little better. He's going to be 11th quick, 1:06.078. And the second time around for Cody Evans, also a little better. He'll stay 9th quick, 1:05.935 after 12 cars. It's Mike Benningham, Tanner English, Carson Ferguson, the top 3.
It'll be the 31 AUS out of Bunbury, Western Australia. Up next, it'll be Kai Blight. Kai Blight in the Paul Stubber, bar 31 Afterburner Performance, Rocket Durham, followed by the 0. 8-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner. Out of Mooresburg, Tennessee, is Scott Bloomquist in the 0. The Terry Wolfenbarger owned Team Zero Kill, sponsored by Petrov Towing. The world-famous Cadillac Ranch, Coondog Academy, Go Lithium, Fox Shocks, McGahey Electric Company, and Base Fuels, followed by the 76. 3-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner, Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia. The Wells & Sons Motorsports, Infinity by Wells, Garnto Southern, Big Dog Stump and Tree, Boswell, RW Powell Construction, Convenient Lube, Coleman Farms, Muscle Factory, and Harco. And Victory Fuel sponsor the 76, Mikey Bertelli, the crew chief on that car.
Scott Bloomquist second quick on lap 1. James 15.558. Kai Blight 5th quick. Brendan Overton to the top of the leaderboard with a 1:05.385. Second lap time for Kai Blight, not as good. It'll be 6th quick, 15.724. Second lap time for Scott Bloomquist, better. Second quick, 1:05.422. And the second lap time for Brandon Overton, not as good, but it doesn't matter. A shakeup in the top 3 after 15 cars. It's now Mike Benningham, 3rd quick, Scott Bloomquist, 2nd quick, and Brandon Overton, the time to beat in Winners Performance Time Trials with a 1:05.385.
Eldora will never be the same without Billy Moyer or Scott Bloomquist, right? Both of them here this weekend. Billy Moyer will be running tomorrow night. It'll be Brad Eichenauer. He's up next to B4U out of Wasion, Ohio. He's in the Tom and Betty Elling Motorsports, Okolone, Metal and Iron, DCR Graphics, SRP Properties, Kryptonite Pro Power. Followed by the 12, it'll be Jamie Elam. He's out of Senatobia, Mississippi, in the Mississippi Police Supply. Delta Thunder Motorsports, Henley & Sons Motorsports, Save-A-Lot Used Cars, Capital Clements, and the 28 out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, in the Kryptonite. It'll be Tyler Carpenter in the State Line Construction, Parkersburg Plumbing Surplus, Supplies, Holden Construction, Graphics Creation, Bill Stein, 2-8.
Brad Eichenauer, 16th quick on his first lap around the racetrack. Jamie Elam will be 12th quick, and T-Carp with a good lap, James. He's 3rd fastest, 15.475. Second lap time for Brad Eichenauer, better, still 18th quick, 1:06.607 his best lap. Second time for Jamie Elam, not as good, 13th best lap, 15.864. Tyler Carpenter improves on lap number 2. He is 3rd quick with a 1:05.430. Now Brandon Overton, Scott Bloomquist, Tyler Carpenter, your top 3. Donald McIntosh on the heat race inversion bubble.
How about that run for Carpenter in the Dirt Track World Championship last year? What did he start? 17th to the lead.
That's right.
And Phil out with the next 3. Up next to be the final winner of the East Bay Winter Nationals. Currently 8th in the Lucas Oil points. It'll be the big perm Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Followed by their top rookie in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. It'll be Clay Harris, his first time here out of Jupiter, Florida. And the 20RT, the current Lucas Oil points leader out of Martinsville, Indiana, Ricky Thornton Jr. He's with the Big River Steel, Hooker Trucking, Coleman Farms, Dyno 1 Inc., Westside Tractor Sales, Bill Stein, EMD Wraps, Sunoco, Murdy Farms, Longhorn Clements, Clay Harris, the Ken Harris, Wilkerson Farms, Impact Electrical Services, Rescue Metal Framing, BGR Speed Shop, Poor Boys Racing Supply, Rocket Clements and Dalton Wilson, the MG&L Sales, JRR Trucking, the LOL, Keltner Contracting, Innovative Community Solutions, Longhorn Clements.
Big perm to the top of the leaderboard. Clay Harris, 16th. Ricky Thornton Jr. now tops them all with a 15.239. Dalton Wilson, second quick. James, his best lap was lap 2, 1.5264. Clay Harris's second lap, not as good. It'll be 17th. He misses the invert, 1.5986. And RTJ doing RTJ things. He now has the time to beat in that SSI Motorsports 20R team with a 15.239. James, after 21 cars, it's Cody Evans sitting on the heat race inversion bubble.
Up next will be the 11 car. It'll be last year's Northern All-Stars champion. It'll be Josh Rice. He's out of Verona, Kentucky. The Rick Jones Rice Excavating and Plumbing, Sinessus Construction, Extreme Sportswear, Chain Locker, Air Max Heating and Cooling, Impact Race Gear, Grease Monkey Princes, Rocket Vic Hill. He's got a J. Dickens under the hood tonight. Shannon Bam, the 18 out of Moweaqua, Illinois. He is in the Petrov Towing, Dynagro Seed, Donnelly Trucking, CJA Piping and Fabrication, Keebler Ultra Oil, Getty Landscaping, Longhorn Vic Hill in the 44 out of Gray Court, South Carolina. Chris Madden, he's in the Dry Dean, Franklin Enterprises, Henderson Amusement, Penske Shocks, Pee Wee's Wrecker Service, Millwood Plumbing, Davis Diesel Service, Longhorn Durham, Ricky Arnold, the crew chief on the 44.
Josh Rice, 13th quick, his first time around. First lap time for Shannon Babb is good enough for 16th quick. He's on the invert bubble as the checkered flag. It's just those two drivers on the track, James. Checkered flag's going to come out for the 11 of Josh Rice. His second lap time, good lap, third quick, 1.5299. Here comes Shannon Babb. Second lap not as good. It'll be 16th quick, 1.5827. So Babb on the bubble. 23 drivers have attempted a lap. Ricky Thornton Jr., Dalton Wilson, Josh Rice, Brandon Overton right now the top 4.
And the next 3 driving the Sean and Lisa Martin BMF Durham this weekend will be Corey Hedgecock. He's out of Loudon, Tennessee in the Viperist Management Group, Easy Go, Base Fuels, STI Trucking, SFP Performance, Big Frog Transportation, Capital Waste Entry. Followed by 17 SS, currently third in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. That is Brendan Smith, as Chris Madden in the 44 car out of Gray Court, South Carolina. There is Corey Hedgecock, the 36V. So those are the only 2 on the racetrack right now. So Hedgecock in that BMF car for Sean and Lisa Martin, now hailing out of St. John, Florida.
Chris Madden's first lap time, good enough for 12th quick. James' first lap time, going to go up for the 36V of Corey Hedgecock. He is 17th quick. Checker flag going to fly on the, we just had 2 cars again. We lost somebody.
We did. We only had 2 to begin with in this one.
Okay.
I don't know why.
How about that? Chris Madden, 10th quick, 1.5712. And Corey Hedgecock in Sean Martin's car, 17th quick, 1.5.813. And I have breaking news.
Okay.
The driver that is currently 6th, Tyler Carpenter, light at the scales. No green light. So tough break for the Parkersburg, West Virginia driver, Tyler Carpenter.
So he will move to the tail end of the heat race here tonight. So Group A in the books, and it's Ricky Thornton Jr., Dustin, the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader.
Yeah.
Still looking for his first crown jewel victory here at Eldora. Then the big perm Dalton Wilson at ATV.
Yeah, and you know what? I hate it when I mess up. I hate it more than anything. The top 16 qualifiers are inverted, but it is Group A and B. So technically, it's the top 8 qualifiers in Group A and the top 8 in Group B, not the top 16. And that's my mistake.
It's a different format.
It is.
We'll be all right.
Slightly different format. Yep. So it's Group A and Group B.
Be all right.
Absolutely.
It'll be all right.
Absolutely.
It's only Thursday, and it's only water. That caramel corn is good.
Hey, did you see?
Yeah.
I just saw Michael Rigsby up here with one of those.
ShopFlowSports.com.
I don't even have.
You don't even have any.
A story of my life. Listen, Clint Dahl, he just a few weeks ago finally said, I got like 16 Dirt Draft shirts now. I'm still waiting on the new FloRacing merchandise. I don't know if I get like a special code where they get sent to me. I may have to buy it for all I know. I don't know. But
you don't get the corporate discount.
I probably don't get the corporate discount, no. But I am super excited about this. There's some really, really good-looking stuff on there. Scan that QR code, and this is brand new, just dropped literally today. So
you got people wanting to put the hammer on you on Dirt Draft. You want 25 people just to
25 people getting on me after dirt draft.
Getting on you after dirt draft. You can't get your Flow merch.
Our pets' heads are falling off. I mean, it's.
But you've got your Deathridge optician contacts.
I got my Deathridge optician contacts in. That's right. There's a new Flow Racing. Look at that. Is that Mike Norris, ladies and gentlemen, not the Sarver, Pennsylvania driver with a hat with a T-shirt as well.
How does he get free merch and you get nothing?
Because the full-time Flow employees are always the last ones to get. The contractors get stuff.
What was your job title on your business card again?
Well, now it's Global Partnerships
Global.
Manager. Yes, it sounds
global.
Sounds very sexy. It just means there is the Weave, Randy Weaver with one of the new Flow Racing shirts as well. Yeah. I like that. I like them all. I like that one. I like that clean look. I like a good clean looking shirt.
Is that like a 2XL or is that an XL or what is that, Weaver?
Well, it's a size you're not used to. It's a man size.
Wow.
Wow, coming swinging.
Whoa.
Weaver coming.
But I'll make sure you get one, DJ.
I got a medium. Oh, he thought it was you. He thought it was you that said that, huh? That's all right. I'll take it.
That's great. That's outstanding. Brendan Smith, Tristan Chamberlain, Stephen Roberts on the track, James.
You go right ahead. Go with Brendan Smith. He is currently third in the O'Reilly Rookie.
Oh, you want me to announce him? Okay, sure.
You go right ahead because they got a lap in, didn't they?
Yes, they do. Brendan Smith, 16.134. Tristan Chamberlain, 16.426. Stephen Roberts, 1.5866. That is the fastest on the first set of laps. Second time around, Brendan Smith, second quick. Better lap, 1.6030. Second lap time for Tristan Chamberlain. Better, 1.6092. And Stephen Roberts, second lap, the best one yet, James, in Group B after 3 cars, 1.5796. Go ahead.
Stephen Roberts, the Roberts B Company, Lennox River Ranch, Longhorn Clements, Brendan Smith in the Total Claim Service, Big Daddy's Cattle, Jim Piscino Trucking, Plum Crazy Plumbing, Guardian Hurricane Protection, and Skipper Smokehouse Rocket Durham for Sean Smith and Tristan Chamberlain. Again, the Gibson Motorsports, Vision Woodworks, Keg Sewer Nozzles, Pardo's Towing, Longhorn Spec Engine. Up next to be the 97. It'll be Kate Dillard, currently third in the world of Ella points at Robeline, Louisiana, in the Shane Sprinkle owned car, S&S Fishing and Rental. Crone Farms, Big Tex Trailers, Joel's Auto Sales, Strength Roofing and Siding, Johnsville Company, Jody's Oilfield Services, Longhorn Clements, followed by Cade Lowdy, the 126. He is not out there, so we'll go with...
Yes, he is.
I'm sorry, there he is.
Found him.
Salvage, Envy Suspension, Penske Shocks, Woodhouse Chevrolet, Masters Built, and then it is... Mike Hildebrand, the 39 car. He is out of Loveland, Ohio.
Indeed, he is, and he's fifth quick on lap number 1. Kate Lowdy going to go fifth quick now. Kate Dillard, though, to the top of the leaderboard with a 15.296, and that'll be his best of the 2 laps. Second time around for the 39 of Loveland, Ohio's Mike Hildebrand. 6th quick, best lap of 1.6.302, and Cade Lowdy, his best lap time is good enough for 5th quick, best lap a 1.6.177.
Cade Dillard, C-A-D-E, Cade Lowdy, K-E-D-E. There you go. Mike Hildebrand missed the exit off the track as he had hit the binders down to the Priority National title. Hobson Berry Tap Room. You ever been there? Hobson Berry Tap Room.
Need to.
EXP Realty, Horizon Point Home Inspections, Weber Racing Supply, Speedco Racing, Slicker Graphics, Penske and XS Batteries, KS1 of Hildebrand. So right now it's still Cade Dillard at 15.296. Top here in Group B.
Stephen Roberts second quick with a 15.796, and Brendan Smith third quick with a 1.6030. And so again, this is Group B. This is the second half of the field. This will make up heat races 3 and 4. Top eight qualifiers inverted. So the top 4 in each heat race will be inverted.
Joseph Joyner up next, currently 5th in the Hunt the Front series at the Longhorn Clements and the Base Racing Fuels Kubota HuntTheFront.tv, followed by the 32 of Bobby Pierce out of Oakwood, Illinois, in the Hoker Trucking, Low Voltage Solution, Toyota of Danville, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Rio Grande Waste Services, Collins Brothers Towing, Carnegie Towing and Repair, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, Longhorn, Vic Hill, followed by the one. It'll be Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York, the Mark Richards Racing, Valvoline, Soybert Calf Ranches, Petrov Towing, Franklin Enterprises, Performance Grading, Ace Pencil Works, Styles Machine and Maintenance. Sammy Styles got to get him in there, right? Sammy Style. So, yes, Gunner's Honey, Fox Shock, Sunoco, Race Fuels, Rocket Durham.
There you go. McCready second, Pierce third, Joyner ninth after lap number 1. Joseph Joyner looking for speed on lap number 2. He improves up to fifth, 1.5979. Bobby Pierce to the top of the leaderboard. James 1.5291. Tim McCready third quick. His best lap a 1.5.570. So by 5/1000ths of a second, the smooth operator Bobby Pierce now sits atop the leaderboard after 9 drivers with a 15.291. Kate Dillard second quick. Tim McCready third fastest.
Up next, it will be the 22 out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. It's Fergie time. It'll be Chris Ferguson in the Brian Conard entry. That is the Spartan Transportation, Patriot Meat Processing, Spray Foam of Kentucky, Fox Shock Splits, Heckles Plumbing, Live Oak Aesthetic and Family Dentistry, Longhorn Clements, followed by the 111. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Series. It'll be Max Blair. He is in the 111 out of Centerville, PA, in the Brad Spochas, Centerland Motorsports, Creekside Auto Sales, C&J Dairy, Murphy's Logging, TLW Transportation, Creek Bar and Grill, Little Lust Crown and Chrysler Dodge Jeep of Greenville, Upstate Auto Group, Longhorn Clements, and Rob Anderzak out of Swanton, Ohio, the APC Motorsports, 10 Mile Creek, Dipman Motorsports, Tri-County Tire, Longhorn Gressman, number 8.
Chris Ferguson fifth quick his first time around. Max Blair going to be sixth fastest on lap number 1, and Rob Anderzak goes 12th quick on his first trip around the half-mile racetrack. Second lap time about to come up for the driver, the 22, Chris Ferguson. He stays fifth quick. James, best lap 1.5811. Second time for Max Blair, also not as good. Sixth quick 1.5901, the best time for Max Blair, and Rob Anderzak second lap also not as good. He will stay 12th quick, best time 1.6590. So Brendan Smith on the heat race inversion bubble. Bobby Pierce still the time to beat, 15.291.
Up next, it'll be the 99. He comes to us out of Paducah, Kentucky. It'll be Dylan Thompson. He is the Chase Motorsports coach.com, Fox Shocks, Triple T Aviation, Dale Calendar Farms, Rocket Vic Hill, followed by the 5-star. It'll be Bryant Dickinson out of Ionia, Michigan, and the BD&R Financial Services, Tex Morton, Lucky Dog Grooming, Live Live Like Sarah in memory of Sarah Donaldson. Forest Restoration, Vanderveen Hepp of Six Lakes, Michigan. Laser Rhine, followed by the 388. 10th in the Hunt to Front Points, the top rookie in the HTF Series. In the Triple Crown Trailers, Quality Services Roofing, Black Diamond Custom out of Ocala, Florida. First-time Eldora visitor, Jackson Heiss.
And the first lap time for Dylan Thompson, James, will be good enough for 9th quick. First time around for Bryant Dickinson, 14th fastest. And the first lap time for Jackson Heiss, good enough for 13th quick. First driver to trip the trigger on lap number 2 is going to be the 99 of Dylan Thompson. He wheels off corner number 4. Good lap, James. 4th quick, 1.5759. Second lap time for Bryant Dickinson, 15th quick, 1.7570. And Jackson Heiss's second lap is better. He'll bump up to 12th quick with a 1.6300. Joseph Joyner now on the heat race inversion bubble. It's Bobby Pierce, Kate Dillard, Tim McCready, your top 3 after 15 cars.
Up next will be the 28 car, the 2016 Dirt Late Model Dream winner out of Carpentersville, Illinois. It'll be Dennis Erb Jr. He's at the McBride Mac, Vomac Truck Sales, Fox Shocks, Ideal Ready Mix, Kaiser Manufacturing, Rocket Clements, Heather Line, the crew chief on the 28, followed by the 95J. The veteran out of Wapakoneta, Ohio. It'll be Jerry Bowersock. He's in the Best Performance Motorsports, Fulton Camps, Frenchtown Trailer Sales and Supply. Truman Quarter Horses, TV Tile, North Star Drilling, Banshee Graphics, Rocket Clements, and the 40B out of Brandon, Florida, 5th in the world of outlaw points currently. It'll be Kyle Bronson. He's in the Race Car Engineering, Borchers Equipment, Michael Lloyd, Hauling and Demolition, Tillman Roofing, LTX Home Builders, Lucas Oil Products, Bradco Equipment, and Mullinex Recycling in the Tanner Birdwell Crew Chief 40B.
Dennis Erb Jr. 9th quick on lap number 1. First time around for the Jedi, Jerry Bowersock, good enough for 15th quick, and KB40 checks in 7th fastest on his first trip around the Eldora Speedway. Second lap time about to come up for the former Dirt Late Model Dream winner, Dennis Erb Jr. 10th quick, best lap 1.6008. Jerry Bowersock second lap a little better, 14th quick, 1.6248. And Kyle Bronson second lap time a hair off. He will stay 7th quick. His best time 15.813. Max Blair now sits on the bubble in 8th. Bobby Pierce still the time to beat, James, after 18 cars.
The next trio will be the 74X. It'll be Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. He's in the ASD Motorsports, SRI Performance, Torco Racing Oils, ASD Motorsports, American Racing Pro Series, Boswell Oil, Penske Shocks, Barry Wright Icon, Clements Power, Tyler Austin Bergiers, the crew chief on that car. And it'll be the C8 out of Lowell, Ohio. It'll be Cole Perrine. He is in the Quick Time Performance. Matt's Custom Auto, Cole Perrine Trucking, Swift Springs, BKB Trucking, Perrine Brothers Trucking, Belpre Industrial,
And AWL Auto and Truck Nap Auto Parts, Perrine Motorsports. That is a Longhorn Clements, followed by Shane Clinton. Former Dirt Limited Dream winner, Zebulon, Georgia. The Freeman Plumbing, Super K Express Base Fuels, Carolina Concrete Finishing, SCCS Solutions, Panama City Cycles, Capital Clements.
Ethan Dotson, 9th quick on lap number 1. Cole Perrine goes 18th quick, his first time around, and the first lap time for Shane Clanton, good enough for 15th fastest. Second lap time for the 74X of Ethan Dotson, not as good. He'll stay 9th quick, just misses the invert, 15.937. Cole Perrine, second lap, also not as good, 19th quick, 16.359, his best lap. And Shane Clanton, second lap time, also not as good, James. He'll stay 15th quick with a 16.178. 21 drivers have attempted a lap, just a handful left. It's still Bobby Pierce, Cade Dillard, Tim McCready, your top 3.
Well, 20-year-old Sammy Mars makes his Eldora debut. Son of the 1997 Dirt Limited Dream winner Jimmy Mars out of Menominee, Wisconsin. He's in the Vite Disposal, Deppy Enterprises, Kia Chevytown USA, Army Contractors, S Structural Buildings, Joe Provo Racewear, Bailey Industrial, S&S Transport, MB Customs Pro Power, followed by the reigning World 100 and reigning Lucas Oil 800 Series champion. It'll be Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana, the K&O Rumley Enterprises, D&E Marine, Lionel Enterprises, Racing, Senior Life Insurance Company, Rumley Engineering, Bill Stein Shocks, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Indiana U, Triple S, Softball, Merrill, Bonding, and Mark Martin Automotive, Longhorn, Cornette, and G.R. Smith. The 22-star, Cornelius, North Carolina's hometown, Mohawk North East Incorporated, the Blackhawk Tavern, Gambler Transport, Dirt King Apparel, and merchandise, Victory Fuel, Longhorn Clements. I'll be all right.
Sammy Mars 19th, Hudson O'Neill 10th, G.R. Smith 22nd on lap number 1. Lap 2 for Sam Mars, 20th quick. His best lap is 1:63.54. Second lap for Hudson O'Neill, 10th quick. Best lap 1:5.937. And G.R. Smith on lap number 2. He improves. He'll bump up a few spots to 17th, 1:6.207. 24 drivers have qualified. Max Blair currently on the heat race inversion bubble. Bobby Pierce atop the leaderboard with a 1:5.291. And I believe that is going to wrap up.
No Brandon Lance.
No Brandon Lance, and Brad Basie unable to make it. So Brandon Lance was a late entrant. Doesn't look like he's able to answer the call. As you see, those of you here on the grounds and those of you watching at home, that is Premier Health is there here at each and every event at the Eldora Speedway anytime the gates are open, just as a safety precaution. We certainly hope that we never need them, but it is something absolutely outstanding to have at the racetrack here at Eldora. James, your car's not parked on the helipad, so they are landing safely just up off of turn 3.
We're good. Always good to see those folks, but like you said, hopefully we don't use them, but it's a great security to know that they heard Bobby Pierce. Fastest in Group B, DJ, followed by Cade Dillard, Tim McCready. How about Dylan Thompson out of Paducah, Kentucky, 4th in Group B.
Stephen Roberts 5th, Chris Ferguson 6th, Kyle Bronson 7th, Max Blair rounds out that top 8, followed by Ethan Dotson and the new deal, Hudson O'Neill. That is how they qualified in Group B. So those drivers will be sent back to the pit area. James, go ahead and take a look at some of the upcoming events here coming up on FloRacing. There's a healthy crowd pulling into the Eldora Speedway. Kubota High Limit, can't wait for this one, man. Coming up on June 11th at Eagle. Great racetrack there. USAC Eastern Storm coming up here in just about a week as well. Of course, you'll be back with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series at Smoky Mountain. Ben and I will rejoin you with the Firecracker 100. The Cars Tour at Dominion, and man, I love watching AFT, American Flat Track at Orange County and Bridgeport, man. Those dudes are absolutely nuts. That's just a look at some of the upcoming events here on FloRacing. Well, heat races are being lined up as we speak. Those lineups being sent to the pits, and we're going to step aside while that happens and let you catch your breath and grab a drink. For those of you on the grounds, don't forget 50/50 tickets are on sale. If you are anywhere in the state of Ohio, you can buy online at Eldora5050.com. And don't forget the Eldora bars are open as well. As always, don't forget to tip the fine bartenders here at the Big E. If you're watching at home, guys, if your wife pours you a beverage, tip her as well, James. Absolutely. We'll be back with the 30th running of the Dirt Late Model Dream right here on FloRacing.
Welcome back to Eldora Speedway as we are moments away from opening ceremonies. The opening night of the 30th annual Dirt Late Model Dream track prep underway. And right now, Mike Norris is caught up with tonight's fast qualifier, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Well, congratulations, Ricky, one of the best drivers in the country, and week after week, you continue to prove it tonight here at Eldora for the 30th Dream. You're off to a good start.
Yeah, we're off to a really good start. I don't know, I felt like we unloaded really good and hot lapped really good yesterday. Felt pretty good today too, so gotta thank my boys for busting their butt, give me the best car. Hopefully we can start fourth here in a seat race, drive to the lead, put ourselves somewhere good points-wise, at least top 8 here coming for the feature. You really never know what that invert's gonna do, if it's gonna be a 1 or an 8, so hopefully we can be able to drive up and be the one that has to spin the wheel, make the destiny for ourselves.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Fastest in Group 2, Bobby Pierce. Fastest overall time, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Welcome back to Eldora Speedway, the opening night of the 30th annual Dirt Late Model Dream, and we're down here with Freddie, Bobby Pierce. Bobby, first and foremost, where did you guys come up with the idea for the Nightmare on Elm Street? I mean, I know the Dream tie-in, but whose idea within the team was it to run this scheme this weekend?
I think it was my mom. She had the idea. You know, we did it back in 2017, and it worked out pretty well, and we decided to bring it back. You know, Freddie's in your dreams. He's in your nightmares. He's coming for you. So that's our plan this weekend, and hopefully it goes really well for us. So far, so good.
If you get your first Dream win this weekend, is the hat permanent? Do you just keep it at every Dream moving forward until you don't win?
I don't know. I know Overton's got a weird superstitions with his socks, but I don't know. I have some superstitions myself, but this hat doesn't fit my head very well, so no, I'll be taking it off.
Last night, we only got hot laps and then the rain came in. You guys had a vibration, though, and although you only got those hot laps in, do you feel like it was a little bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card versus tonight starting behind the 8-ball if you'd had the same issue?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, you definitely want them hot laps to feel a good feel for the racetrack, especially it's been a while since we were here and since the last time. And, you know, we kind of learned some things there in hot laps. And in qualifying, we just went out there and floored it that second lap, had a really good lap. So, yeah, definitely, you know, we're ready now. And I guess we're starting fourth in seat race, so we'll see what we can do.
Racetrack, what do you see out of it right now?
It was already getting pretty black through the middle, but not as many cars on the track tonight with only half the field, so I think it'll be really good.
Race fans, Bobby Pierce, he's a World 100 winner. This weekend he tries to become the 9th driver to win the World and the Dream. He's got the Freddy-themed Nightmare on Elm Street theme on the race car. We are starting to lighten the heats up. We're going to step aside, thanks some marketing partners. When we come back to Eldora, it's going to be time to race here at the Big E. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Premier Health was first in the region. First emergency room, first ICU. We created the first ambulance in the air. We broke records. We made history. Our 110 years of experience were gained for this one split second.
We're gonna take you to Miami Valley Hospital, okay?
We were granted level 1 trauma verification, the highest level of care for critically injured and sick patients. We treat patients that other hospitals can't. We are the most experienced. Premier Health.
The fast
I love the sound of someone getting their money's worth. I mean, where else are you going to get ahs like that for 99 cents? Only in Casey's Country. It's not crazy, it's Casey's. For a limited time, get medium fountain drinks for just 99 cents.
It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing. This is the High Limit Room. It's the home of 24 high rollers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the opening night of the 30th annual Dirt Late Model Dream here at Eldora. We started to play this for some of the folks last night. This documentary is now available on Flo. I'm a huge sports documentary guy. I love the 30 for 30s on ESPN. I watch sports documentaries all the time on Netflix. This is very candidly, James, as good as any documentary that I've seen. Brian Clausen's Chasing 200 is now available for any FloRacing subscriber to view. Brian he had a dream. He was going to run 200 races in 1 year. He and his fiancee Lauren, they did a video. They vlogged it basically. Flo was able to obtain that footage. They've done a ton of interviews, and they put together an absolutely tremendous piece. It's now available for viewing on FloRacing, but this is the trailer for Brian Clausen's Chasing 200.
19 races down, 181 to go.
It ain't that many.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot.
Optimist, pessimist.
Brian Clausen is the man on a mission. He is one of the best open-wheel drivers of our generation.
Methodical and patient, but there was also a lot of aggression. It was like he was a shark, could smell blood in the water at all times. He was the guy that kind of set the bar.
Those eyes, every time, I could see the determination and the focus. He never wanted to be complacent. He always wanted a challenge. He always wanted something more.
Brian's way more excited about this life on the road thing than me.
This isn't even live on the road yet.
200 races in a year is insane.
Oh my God, this kid is something else.
I don't think it's insane at all. If I was a cup racer, I'd probably be chasing 200 with Brian Clausen.
Jim, you want to go to the races?
It's going to be a year unlike any other in our life.
He had something to prove to the world, and he wasn't going to stop until he did it.
Kind of locked in right now. Feel like I eat, race, sleep, and repeat.
Gotta do a quick little refresher for IndyCar.
Brian risked it all every time he strapped on a race car.
The reality is it's an inherently dangerous sport.
Clausen right in the wall, and DC went over again.
A big impact.
You hear the explosion sound that it made.
There aren't very many that hit you quick like that.
I knew in that moment that this is not good.
Last night, we said goodbye to our son, fiance, and friend, Brian Clausen.
He had a heart on his driver's license.
It was in that moment that kind of changed everything.
Brian's out there still doing great things in a different perspective now.
He truly meant it when he said he had the coolest job in the world, and he wanted to do what he could to leave his impact on the sport.
You really get a sense of how much bigger all of this is than you.
You don't have to wait for the situation to drop in your lap to do what's right.
For me, he was larger than life.
Who he was as a person off the racetrack and his decision to save lives is his legacy. Need like a cool intro song playing right now?
Sing something.
No.
Welcome back to Eldora Speedway as we get set tonight for the opening round of the 30th annual Dirt Late Model Dream. A beautiful, beautiful Thursday night here. At this time, please join me in welcoming to the Eldora Victory Lane stage the Miss Eldora representatives, Miss Savannah and Miss Mallory. Savannah, we're back at Eldora Speedway. As we've talked about before, your family has spent a lot of time on this Victory Lane stage, but this is the start of a big weekend. Mother Nature's finally a race fan. Tell all these great fans some of the things that you guys have planned on the social media channels and where they might be able to find you this weekend.
All right, yeah, we're gonna be around all weekend, all social media platforms at Eldora Speedway. Mallory and I will be coming out to the campgrounds. Today we took out some of the drivers since everyone's split half and half. They have a little extra time to go do fun things with the fans. So just be looking for us and follow along, see what we're doing.
Thank you very much. How about it for Miss Savannah and Miss Mallory? At this time, I'm going to throw it back upstairs, and James and DJ are going to talk about tonight's format.
Well, thanks a lot, Ben. Tonight's format, we've already had Dirt Draft Hot Laps as well as Winners Performance Time Trials, and that has set the stage, James, for this evening's iBox Springs Heat Races. We'll have 4 10-lap heat races here tonight. The top five out of each of those iBox Springs heat races will lock themselves into tonight's main event. That'll give us 20 cars. The balance of the field will then go into one of 2 B mains this evening. We'll take the top 2 drivers out of those B mains. That'll give us an additional 4 starters, and that will set the 24-car starting field for tonight's 50-lap, $25,000 to win preliminary event.
And again, it's an invert of 4 in each heat race.
It's an invert of 4.
No provisionals tonight nor tomorrow night, but then you'll have the top point men for Saturday night.
Indeed, we will. Ben, we'll send it back down to you to the Eldora Victory stage for today's opening ceremonies.
Thank you, DJ. At this time, we ask that if you are able to please rise for the invocation and Star Spangled Banner. And before we get to that, as many as you probably know, a week ago, last Tuesday, not only the Eldora Speedway family, but the racing family, we suffered a terrible loss. The GM of Eldora Speedway, Jerry Gappens Jr., passed away suddenly, and he's left a big hole in our hearts, and we're definitely thinking about him all weekend here at Eldora Speedway. Please join me in a moment of silence for Jerry Gappens Jr. Thank you very much. At this time, tonight's invocation by Mr. Mike Unger, track chaplain here at Eldora Speedway.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this beautiful evening you've given us here after last night's little rain, and you knew we needed water. So, Lord, we just thank you for this day. Lord, we thank you for all the first responders, the men and women that have fought to give us the freedom to be here tonight, doing what we all enjoy, and especially today on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Lord, we just thank you for all the lives that were given for us to be here in the future. Lord, we just ask for a hedge of protection over everybody today as you leave tonight. Be safe and careful, and Lord, we give you all the glory for what we have here. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Mike. Please remain standing. Tonight's Star Spangled Banner coming to us out of the great state of Mississippi, Mrs. Chris Link.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Race fans, how about it for Chris Link on the Star-Spangled Banner tonight? Well, the sun is setting on the horizon, but the thunder's roaring in the pits. Eldora Speedway, are you ready here tonight? TJ James, let's race at the Big E.
What a crowd. We got a spectacular crowd here tonight. Chris Link, as always, an absolute
awesome,
out of the park home run.
I could listen to her and Rusty Shields all night.
I really want to duet sometime.
I got one announcement, DJ.
Yes.
Last night's 50-50, still unclaimed. Remember, you have 30 days to claim it.
Yeah.
You can go on the Eldora Facebook page and find out. It was $3,364. The ticket from last night was A 36-39-923. 50-50 from last night. A 36-39-923. $3,364. And you can come to the down below us and claim that. That's from last night. Again, you have 30 days to claim it.
Color,
it's on the Facebook page.
Yeah, color doesn't matter.
Color doesn't. Did A matter?
The A does matter. The A does matter. Yes, the A does matter. The color does not. Hey, we have got the first
Look at this one. Look at this
of the Dirt Late Model Dream.
Oh.
You ready?
The 30th annual. Terry Baltus is here.
Yes.
The legendary voice of Eldora Speedway. And Terry and Brett Emmerich and the late Rick Eshelman. We miss Rick, and man, those guys paved the way for you and I to be up here, and Ben and Mike and everybody. But we're glad to be here. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go. Heat race number 1, Ibach Springs. Heat number 1, 10 laps in distance. Top 5 go to tonight's A-Main on the pole out of Benton, Kentucky. In the 96, it'll be Tanner English. And on his outside, out of Mooresburg, Tennessee, in the 0, Scott Bloomquist.
Row 2 will be the 11. He's out of Verona, Kentucky. It'll be Josh Rice, and outside the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader, the number 1 ranked dirt late model driver of the nation out of Burnsville, Indiana. It's Ricky Thornton Jr., the 20RT.
Third row back inside, off in the bridesmaid, never the bride. Chris Madden in the 44, and on his outside, good qualifying effort for the Mohawk, Tennessee driver, the 18, Brad Dyer.
In the Danny Hatcher 6, it'll be Dustin Linville, Lancaster, Kentucky, and Pierce McCarter, the Masters Built 71M out of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Keep your eyes on the Mowequa missile, Shannon Babb. He'll roll from the ninth starting spot, and on his outside, a one-time Dirt Late Model Dream starter out of Camden, Ohio. In the 46, that'll be Cody Evans.
Row 6 in the Randall Chubb 15 out of Harrison, Tennessee. It'll be Ethan Hunter and Kyle Bryant, Navarre, Florida. First visit to Eldora in car 79. So the top 4 in each heat inverted. And Tyler Carpenter,
yes,
the 28, who was light at the scales. And he would have been good enough for he would have been a front row?
He would have been a front row starter, I do believe. Yeah, man, that is a tough break. I did not get word on how light T-Carp was at the scales, but doggone it, a tough break for the 2-time Gateway Dirt Nationals champ.
What about this lineup? Bloomquist and Thornton and Rice and English and Madden. Oh, baby.
It's fun, man.
8-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner. And Terry Wolfenbarger's Team Zero car. He has not won a main event since September of 2020 in Pennsylvania.
That's right.
As Scott Bloomquist. Again,
he won the World of Outlaws race at Thunder Mountain in September 2020.
And then the Coleman Farms 96 alongside the second-generation driver Tanner English.
I believe I see the Eldora Speedway girls down here shooting some T-shirts into the crowd. Miss Savannah and Miss Mallory showing off the guns. Wow.
Not bad.
Yes, Savannah, my goodness. Move over Dan Marino. I mean,
not bad. She'll be in the transfer portal.
She may have been a quarterback at Tri-Valley back in the day.
She at the Ohio State.
The Scotties, that's right.
You find you a quarterback for this year.
We got about 12 quarterbacks. Here we go. Barney Craig behind the wheel of the Eldora Speedway Ford Pace truck. It makes the hard left-hand turn to the infield. 10 laps in distance. Top 5 transfer. Tanner English and Scott Bloomquist bring them to the green in the Thursday portion of the Dirt Late Model Dream.
Ibaki number 1, Rick Monroe, Rod Penrod on the stand, and it's Scott Bloomquist taking the lead down the back straightaway in the world-famous Cadillac Ranch Coon Dog Academy Petrov towing car. And on the outside, they try to go 3 wide. Thorne tries to the middle. Josh Rice goes to second at 11.
Indeed, they stay side by side now for the second spot. Welcome back, Scott Bloomquist. He leads lap number 1. They remain wheel to wheel for P2 down the back straightaway. Josh Rice in the 15. Tanner English, your pole sitter, in the 96. English will slip to the high side of the racetrack. He falls back to third. Still 0 out front. Here comes Rice.
Bloomquist out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Rice runs second. Thornton on the outside. He'll get around English. Again, the top 5 will transfer. Right now, Chris Madden in 5th. But Scott Bloomquist, the 60-year-old Hall of Famer, leads at turn number 1.
Bloomquist at last time by James with 0.6 of a second over Josh Rice. Rice with about that same advantage over this battle for the 3rd spot between the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. and the 96 of Tanner English. Again, top 5 cars transfer right now. Chris Madden sitting in that all-important 5th and final transfer spot.
That Coon Dog Academy's hunting, isn't he?
He is.
Down we've got right away, and we got a caution on the racetrack.
Oh man, big time trouble back there. Our first excess power caution of the night as Pierce McCarter also got involved. The 4G of Cody Evans, the 28 of Tyler Carpenter with damage. And again, that will be our first excess caution flag of the night coming off turn number 4.
Yeah, Tyler Carpenter had picked up several spots since the drop of the green, and flat left rear tire on that race car. A lot of damage to the left side. Got the quarter panel, and he's trying to limp it back to the pit area. But man, talk about a night going from good to bad to worse.
Oh man,
Tyler Carpenter. There you see the Kryptonite 28. So our first XS Power caution of the night, and that's not good.
Yeah, no, that is a tough break. Wow. There's a lot of damage on that race car.
We have no look on that one, but I don't think Carpenter would want to look at it anyway, would he?
Yeah, no doubt.
And a tough break for him. And that, I mean, like you said, you time in, you've got a front row starting spot, and you're light at the scales, and this is what happens when you get to the back, right?
Yeah.
Happen, and unfortunately, that's part of racing.
No, it is, and that's it's gosh, it's a tough break, man. Tough break. The Carpenters have they have tried, man.
Championship. I mean, was the crowd? They were.
I know.
From 17th.
Yeah, to the lead. Yeah.
Man, oh man.
He had them on their feet. Well, that'll reshuffle the deck a little bit. 4 laps down, 6 laps to go. Here in Ibach Springs heat race number 1. Scott Bloomquist is your leader. Josh Rice 2nd. Ricky Thornton Jr. 3rd. Tanner English 4th. And Chris Madden rounds out the top 5. It's Shannon Babb, Dustin Linville, Brad Dyer, Ethan Hunter, and the rest of the field now on the outside looking in. Again, 4 laps in the book, 6 laps remaining.
You saw Tyler Carpenter looking in his car, and hopefully not a rear clip or anything like that. Hopefully he'll get it fixed. Now, his dad will be running tomorrow night. But a tough start for T-Carp. As right now, Scott Bloomquist has led from the drop of the green, and Terry Wolfenbarger's Team Zero Vic Hill power plant under the hood. The driver comes in tonight, 607 career wins. Again, he has not won a main event since September of 2020. 8-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner in the Zero car. Josh Rice is 2nd. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I was going to say, talking about Josh Rice, now residing in Crittenton, Kentucky, and that's a big reason he told me he hasn't raced much. He moved over there. He's been in the process of moving. 1 win on the year. He got at Atomic Speedway, but he was really geared up to come into this event. And he said the second half of the year, you're going to see a lot more of the 11R.
Yeah, he is. You're exactly right, but he's not been able to run quite as much this year. Has the 2023 Ironman North Series champ. James is 2-time Ralph Latham Memorial winner, and now we get our first look at the Eldora Speedway double file restarts.
You have Tanner English, the Coleman Farms 96, the SSI Motorsports Big River Steel 20 RT. Well, 4 down, 6 to go. Again, the top 5 transfer. Out of the 4 heat races here tonight, Bloomquist is led from the start. At the restart zone, coming off a turn 4 at Eldora, Josh Rice and Scott Bloomquist. Here they come, Dustin Jarrett.
Bloomquist chooses the outside lane on this restart, and he gets a good restart into turns 1 and 2, trying to take Ricky Thornton Jr. with him, but Josh Rice going to throw the haymaker in turns 1 and 2. He'll slide up into the lead, take the air off the 0. He will shuffle back to third, move RTJ momentarily up to second.
The Rick Jones own number 11 car. They go side-by-side battle. Thornton and Bloomquist into turn 1. Well, you've got a goat and a future goat, right? Going at it down the back straightaway. They've combined in their career over 1,000 wins. Thornton at what, 402, Bloomquist at 607. Here comes English at 96 as Josh Rice continues to lead with 4 to go.
Yeah, Josh Rice out front in this one. Look back on the battle for the 3rd spot there on your screen. Now the battle for the 4th spot. Tanner English has it. Chris Madden trying to take it away. Madden trying to stay inside the top 5 and lock himself into the show. 3 laps to go in this one. It's nearly a 1-second advantage for the 11R of Josh Rice.
You have the 6 of... and now 96 Tanner English follows out of turn 2 as Madden will go around him, so he'll fall to 5th. Dustin Linville is 6th, but he's well behind English with just 2 to go here in this first of 4 heat races here tonight. Preliminary night 1 at Eldora.
I'm like you, James. Yeah, that 96, I don't know if he misses his mark or what coming out of turn number 2, but Tanner English certainly, you saw it right there on that shot. He loses ground coming out of turn number 2. White flags out. Final time around for your race leader, Josh Rice.
Rice down the back straightaway. Good lead right now as now Thornton will cut into that lead, but too little too late. As the driver dips to the bottom, the defending Northern All-Star Series champion, he will win heat number 1 here tonight at Eldora, Dustin.
Second will go to Ricky Thornton Jr. Third spot's going to be the 0 of Scott Bloomquist. Chris Madden finishes 4th, and Tanner English rounds out the transfer cars in Ibach Springs heat race number 1. So 5th is going to go to Tanner English, 4th to Chris Madden, 3rd to Scott Bloomquist, 2nd to Ricky Thornton Jr. And there is the winner of Ibach Springs heat race number 1. It's a J. Dickens powered rocket chassis for the Crittenden, Kentucky driver. The Rice Excavating and Plumbing, Synesis Construction, Extreme Sportswear, Air Max Heating and Cooling, Slicker Graphics 11R. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for Josh Rice?
Yeah, Josh Rice looking good there, guys. And coming from the 3rd starting spot, too. He comes out of row number 2. That restart was key.
Yeah, it sure was. He tucks in line there to try to work his way across the scales bend. Ricky Thornton Jr. gets the thumbs up. For those of you that maybe have not been here before, just a refresher, there is a marker on the scale on that pole that shows you exactly what drivers weigh. 2350 is the minimum weight requirement. And if they hit that mark of 2350, you'll see a green light come on at the top of the scales. So Bloomquist able to make weight. Next driver going across, James, and there it is. He's able to make weight as well.
2350. The only time they get burn off is in the main event only.
That's exactly right.
It's 25 laps tonight, 25 pounds, and then 100 laps on Saturday.
50 laps tonight. Yes. And the moment of truth now for Josh Rice, Ben, as he has made weight, and he will come down and grab a word with you, the winner of Ibach Springs heat number 1.
That's right. We'll get our Coltman Farms Racing interview with Josh Rice as he wins Ibach heat race number 1 of 4 tonight from the 3rd starting spot. Top 5 move on to the feature. And Josh Rice pulls up after a great run there. Well, Josh, you did something a lot of guys haven't done in the history of Eldora. You passed Scott Bloomquist for the lead. How were you able to do that on that restart?
Man, I was kind of hoping he chose the top because I could rotate so good through the bottom of 1 and 2 there, and I knew I had a little mud to where if I could just get clear of him, I knew I'd be all right. This thing's a hot rod, man. I can't thank Rick Jones for buying us a brand new piece. It's the first weekend on it. And she's a hot rod. I got to thank James and Sean, of course. We threw some stuff at it just to start out with, and we weren't very good. And we changed everything for qualifying there, and it was better than I was. I felt like we were a lot better than I qualified. But yeah, I shoved real bad one time in 1 and 2, and that was like all it took to kill the right front. So we're gonna have to get to where I can rotate a little bit better. But I just got to thank all my awesome sponsors. Couldn't do it without them, and we're gonna try to keep it up front.
He's got that half-mile smile tonight. The J. Dickens powered Rocket XR1. Josh Rice wins Ibach Springs Heat 1.
Yeah, you outrun Ricky Thornton Jr. and Scott Bloomquist. at Eldora.
You're doing something. You are absolutely doing something. All right, Ibach Springs Heat 2 is in the staging lane and pulling on the Speedway. Here's how this one lines up, James. The pole sitter out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, that Donald Gina Bradshaw 93, Carson Ferguson. And on his outside, former Stars Rookie of the Year out of Salem, West Virginia, the Bristol Bullet. That's Mike Benedum.
Brandon Overton, 3-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner, the Infinity by Wells out of Evans, Georgia in 76, and outside the Big Perm and the James Ratliff 18D, the final winner of the East Bay Winter Nationals out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. It is Dalton Wilson.
The 2023-24 Perth Motorplex Late Model Champ starts inside row 3. That's Kai Blight out of Bunbury, Western Australia. And on his outside, a 10-time winner a year ago out of Hohenwald, Tennessee. In the C6, it's Oakley John.
Row 4 will be the Magic Man DJ out of Middleburg, Florida. That'll be Mark Whitener. And outside of the Sean and Lisa Martin Viperist Motorsports 36V out of Loudon, Tennessee, the BMF. Corey Hedgecock.
Row 5, Jamie Elam out of Senatobia, Mississippi in the 12. And on his outside, the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year out of Jupiter, Florida, the 6H is Clay Harris.
In your final row, the 2024 Spring Nationals champion in the Billy Hicks 79 Double Nickel, Donald McIntosh, Dawsonville, Georgia, and Brad Eitenauer, the B4U, Wauseon, Ohio, brings up row number 6. 10 laps, top 5 transfer here in Ibach, heat number 2.
They're going to go green over in turns 3 and 4. Carson Ferguson on the inside. Mike Benedum on the outside. We're underway. Benedum, I thought, washed up the track momentarily. Instead, he gets a pretty decent little start, but it's going to be the 93 of Carson Ferguson with the momentum down the back straightaway. And what a move by Kai Blight to slide into that third spot.
And Jamie Elam's got some damage on the 12, and off the pace is the 6 car
of Oakley Johns.
Oakley Johns in the Jeff Greer entry. First time here at Eldora. Looks like he is slowed here on the main straightaway. Will he make it back to the pit area?
Yeah, I thought that he may pull in the opening over in turn number 4, and he does not, and that'll bring out an excess power caution here in Ibach Springs Heat 2, guys.
Left rear, go ahead, Mike.
He's got a flat left rear is what Ben was getting ready to say.
Hey, also, Randy, I wanted to ask you, that restart in Ibach Heat 1, what was Josh able to do there with Bloomquist to get around him?
Well, I was just thinking about that. You know, Scott had to either put one of the most talented outside groove guys to his outside, or you always have sliders here. So Josh, I knew he said his car rotated good, and there's just enough mud ring getting into one. If you can hit that with your left rear and propel yourself out across the track to pull the slider. So Scott was a sitting duck either way, but restarts are always big here. We always talk about them, and you know, just on a complete restart right here, it's going to be another big deal.
Mike Norris, Oakley Johns into the hot pit here at Eldora with a left rear tire down on the Jeff Greer owned car.
Yep, crew going to work very fast. We'll see if they get it changed again in the driver's meeting. They will not wait, or no courtesy laps as well. So we'll see if they can get it changed and back out there.
All right, well,
we're gonna go green, aren't we?
Yeah, the sand's running out of the outer glass. No courtesy laps in the heat races as Barney Craig going to pull that Ford Pace truck to the infield, and it's going to be your race leader, Carson Ferguson, choosing the inside lane on this restart. 1 lap is complete, 9 to go. Ibach Springs Heat 2 is back underway.
The Donald Gina Bradshaw, Paler Motorsports car 50. O'Reilly out of Prince, Rookie of the Year, Chase Blight through the middle. Hang on, Kai Blight. Here comes Benedum up top of the 25. Benedum back in the Team Zero car. He had a kryptonite last week at Tyler County.
Yes, he did.
And it go to the inside while throwing a slider. Out the top of the track is Dalton Wilson. He threw that roulette wheel in there, didn't he?
He sure did.
Whoa!
He sure did.
That smoke out of the 76, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of a tire rub there. I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's anything pressing, at least at the moment. And who knows? I could be wrong. Carson Ferguson, though, looking good out front in this one. Second spot right now is the battle on your screen between Dalton Wilson and the 76 of Brandon Overton. But Carson Ferguson, James, with a 1.8-second advantage early in the going in this one.
He's impressive, no doubt about it. Second spot right now is Dalton Wilson. Third is Overton. Fourth is Benedum. Fifth is Kai Blight. But Carson Ferguson down the back straightaway. His first full year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series for Donald and Gina Bradshaw and their daughters, Paler and Taylor. That's how they get the Paler Motorsports.
That's right. That's exactly right. Absolutely.
Carson looks good, DJ.
Yes, he does. Carson Ferguson looking really strong out front. He continues to stretch his advantage. Fastest car on the racetrack right the last time by 0.6 of a second. 5 down, check that. Make it 6 down this time around. 4 laps to go now. And Carson Ferguson is able to add another 0.4 to his lead. It's a 2.8 second lead over those two drivers, Dalton Wilson and Brandon Overton.
It's coming out of the left front still on Overton's car. Not sure exactly as he heads down the main straightaway, still under power into turn 1. Where you see it, I don't know if something's rubbing or if he's got an oil leak or what, DJ. But yeah. They headed to turn number 3, but it's all Carson Ferguson stretching out a straightaway lead into turn 1 with 2 to go.
There's the battle for the transfer spot. James Kai Blight has it, and he has got the 79 of Donald McIntosh and the 36V of Corey Hedgecock trying to take it away. And he says you don't have to be faster than the bear. You got to be faster than the other person trying to run from the bear as Kai Blight works around Mike Benedum. Benedum now in the final transfer spot. 1 to go for Carson Ferguson.
Yeah, Carson Ferguson now has picked up the tail end of the field. He can just cruise from here under Rick Monroe's checkered flag and Rob Penrod's checkered flag. They're both on the flag stand as he wins heat number 2 here tonight at Eldora.
Second spot's going to go to Dalton Wilson. 3rd to Brandon Overton. 4th will be Kai Blight, and making the pass the previous lap, Donald McIntosh takes that 5th and final transfer position ahead of Corey Hedgecock, Mike Benedum, Mark Whitener, Clay Harris, and Jamie Elam. So it's Donald McIntosh finishing 5th, Kai Blight 4th, Brandon Overton 3rd. 2nd goes to Dalton Wilson, and there's your winner. About a round of applause for the driver out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, in the Paylor Motorsports, Franklin Enterprises, Hoopaw Grading Company, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, ArmsList.com, Coltman Farms, WB Shocks, Clements Powered, Longhorn number 93, Carson Ferguson.
Carson Ferguson, a 2-time winner this year, and yeah, he's 5th in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year battle with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, but he didn't attend some races earlier in the year before he knew he was going to be full-time in this ride. When McCready went to Rocket 1, and he's making up ground as the 93 pulls the Coltman Farms Racing Paylor Motorsports number 93 down, and we'll get a Coltman Farms Racing interview with him as he picks up the win in convincing fashion here in Ibach Springs Heat Race number 2 for the talented North Carolina driver. And maybe running just a little bit warm, letting that engine run for just a second. He'll shut it off, pull off the glasses, and pull off the helmet as he'll move off to the main event tonight. Well, Carson, from the first time you come to Eldora, which wasn't that long ago, you just all have been good at this place. What is it about Eldora that fits your driving style?
I don't know. The car's just really good. I think I'm monkey drive it right now. So I messed up in qualifying a little bit. I think I bogged it down a little too much. But I just got to give a big shout out to my team, my sponsors, Donald and Gina Bradshaw for the great opportunity, Wesley Page Racing Shocks, everybody at Longhorn by Wesley Page. Hoopaw Grading, my buddy Mr. Bass is here with High Tech. I got to thank everybody, all the partners on this car. I'm living the dream right now, so I'm one of the lucky ones.
I tell you what, very likable young man, talented up-and-coming driver. Carson Ferguson wins Ibach Springs Heat 2. And yeah, he referenced it. The guy that does all the fireworks and pyro here, Randy Bass, High Tech Special Effects, sponsor on that race car. So I think there might be some extra flames if that one can go to victory lane tonight.
Yeah, and Scott Fagner, the crew chief on that car, number 93. So congratulations to him winning heat number 2. Dustin, heat number 3. Again, 10 laps, top 5 will transfer. On the pole out of Brendan, Florida, it'll be Kyle Bronson, the 40B, and the fastest honeybee is Stephen Roberts in the 111 out of Sylvester, Georgia.
How about this second row? On the inside in Rocket 1 out of Watertown, New York, T-Mac, Tim McCready. And on his outside out of Oakwood, Illinois, in the 32, the smooth operator, Bobby Pierce.
The ASD Barry Ride icon. It'll be Ethan Dotson, the 74X out of Bakersfield, California. And outside, currently in 5th in the Hunt the Front points, it's Hunt the Front himself. Joseph Joyner, the 10. He's out of Milton, Florida, in the Kubota entry.
Pair of talented youngsters in row number 4. James, Dade City, Florida's Brendan Smith in the 17 SS, and Rogersville, Tennessee's Cade Loudy in the 126.
G.R. Smith, the Gambler Transport 22 star. He's out of Statesville, North Carolina. And Jackson Heiss, He's 10th in the front points, but the top rookie in the HTF Series. He's out of Ocala, Florida. His first visit to Eldora in a 388.
And on the inside of row number 6, a 3-time winner this year, the son of the 97 winner of the Dirt Late Model Dream. It's going to be Sam Mars out of Menominee, Wisconsin. In the Deputy Enterprises 28 on his outside. Out of Swanton, Ohio. In the 8, it's Rob Anderzak. Once again, 12 cars are scheduled to go 10 laps, with the top 5 transferring to tonight's 50-lap, $25,000 to win main event. And right on cue, James, they start making their way on the racetrack, and there's a good look at the unfortunate damage on Cody Evans' 4G.
Cody Evans coming off a third-place finish at Lawrenceburg, Indiana a few weeks ago, the Northern All-Star Race. But there you go. Bronson and Roberts out of the Southeast, Florida and Georgia. The 40B car, Bronson currently 5th in the World of Outlaw points.
So Brandon Overton, you see they've already got the hood off on that race car. And guys, I stand corrected. At first look, I thought it was a tire rub. Very obviously not as that race went on.
Yeah, they are inspecting underneath the hood here. As you can see, Brandon out of the car. The car was still running when he did bring it over, but it looks like a possible filter or connection that came loose. But again, the motor was running. I think everything going to be okay on Brandon Overton.
Yeah, good work, guys. Great job by our camera folks. Everybody doing a great job here on FloRacing. So Bronson and Roberts. And how about that row 2? Tim McCready coming off a second place in the Show Me 100. He's only been in that car since March, remember? Yeah. And replacing Hudson O'Neal. That is the car that won here last year, the World 100 with Hudson O'Neal and the Lucas Oil Championship last October. Then you have Ethan Dotson. What a modified hot shoe he is, in a late model there for the 74 team. Tyler Austin Brashear's the crew chief. And Joseph Joyner in the Kubota, number 10. 10 laps, top 5 transfer, heat number 3 here tonight. Eibach, number 3, at Eldora on a Thursday night, Dustin Jarrett.
Kyle Bronson and Stephen Roberts lead them off corner number 4. Green flag's out. We're underway. Love that turn 1 shot where they fan out. KB40 going to lead them off corner number 4. Stephen Roberts tucking in line in the second spot. And we've got trouble over in turns 1 and 2. And that will bring out an excess power caution, as it looks like the 22 star, GR Smith and Rob Anderzak tangled up on the first lap of this one. So a tough break. It looks like both drivers going to be able to continue, though. We do have a look at the FloRacing instant replay to see exactly what happened to bring out this excess power caution down in turns 1 and 2.
Jackson Heist there, and he had nowhere to go into the quarter panel, and then Rob Anderzak. Yeah. Well, whenever you see that 8 at Eldora, who do you always think of?
Shane Yoder.
Flying Hawaiian.
Shane Yoder,
still got
exactly.
him on where's your cooler at?
Did
you retire the
No, I still got
the Flying Hawaiian number 8, Shane
I still
Yoder?
got it. Yep, looks like GR Smith going to pull down and come to the attention of his crew down in the infield, guys.
Yeah, he's got some right front body work on that race car. The crew's going to go to work on it. Randy Weaver, want to talk to you real fast. We heard what they were checking on Brandon Overton's car. What could that signify down there on the 76?
Well, it looks like they was checking the filter on the valve cover, and they got a pop-off valve in there. When that motor builds so much pressure, it'll pop off and let the compression out. But if it's doing that enough that it's blowing oil and drenching that filter they took off, sometimes that's internal problems.
Did not get a lap in. Thanks a lot, guys. Did not get a lap in, so a complete side-by-side double file restart. GR going to hustle back out and catch the tail of the field just about the time they go green. Wow.
He had to hit the brakes, didn't he?
He almost timed that up. Perfect. Green flag is out, and we're back underway in this one as Kyle Bronson once again going to get the early hole shot through turns 1 and 2, and Stephen Roberts gets the wall.
There goes the spoiler off of Stephen Roberts' car, so then he gets in and around he goes.
He was, Cade Loudy tagged him there, but Cade had that 111, man. It was just nothing. Stephen Roberts, nothing he could do. That was just about like driving a a Silver Crown car out there with no spoiler on it. That'll put out the excess power caution once again. Hey, real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out to Excess Power Batteries coming on board and sponsoring the caution. They offer AGM, lithium, ultra capacitor batteries for all your needs. Street cars, race cars, audio systems, RVs, all that kind of stuff. Excess Power has you covered.
Jed Emmert would be proud by that read right there. Hey, Randy Weaver, I don't think you've ever driven a Silver Crown car, but going into Eldora with no spoiler on the back, what is that like?
That would be terrible. Here you got to have so much downforce. It would be like going down the interstate and going in a curve and hitting an ice patch. There's no way to control it. Slows you way down, and then of course the other car didn't have anywhere to go and hooked you and spun you out.
We'll see the replay here, the FloRacing replay up on the board, and for those at home, as you see right there, the hit, and then it goes the spoiler off, and then they go into 3, and is it Cade Loudy? Is that who? Yeah, Cade Loudy. I'm not sure if Cade tried to help take the spoiler off the rest of the way or what, but so to the infield and out of this one is Roberts. So it'll be a restart. 1 lap in the books. So it'll be double file. Bronson and then McCready in the 1 car.
Yeah, second spot's going to be Bobby Pierce, Joseph Joyner. Going to restart this one the outside of row number 2. Green flag's back out, and we're back underway. James, as you mentioned, 1 down, 9 to go in Ibach Springs, heat number 3.
Bronson 5th in the World of Outlaw points. McCready currently right now in 6th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. Here comes Pierce on the bottom. They battle into turn number 3. McCready goes to the outside. Here comes Bobby Pierce, but Kyle Bronson leads at Eldora with 2 in the books.
Look at Cade Loudy. Cade Loudy just jumped up into the 4th spot right there.
Again, right?
Yes, he is. That's right. Captain Kirk has got to be proud.
We got a caution.
And we do have another excess power caution as Ethan Dodson has slowed to a stop on the inside of the back straightaway as they are just at a snail's pace trying to get laps complete in Ibach Springs heat race number 3. So Ethan Dodson just crept to a stop there on the back straightaway, guys. We got 2 down, 8 to go.
2 down, 8 to go, and a guy that's spectating tonight that'll be racing here tomorrow night, Nick Hoffman, your current World of Outlaws points leader. Nick, what are you taking in from the infield so far tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we only got to make 2 laps last night, and it felt like the racetrack was going to be really good. So just kind of watching tonight, I was running down here to see if anybody went with the harder compound tire for these heat races, and nobody has yet. So I felt like it's on the verge right now if you could do that, but nobody's taking that shot. So racetrack's really good. I feel like it's going to shape up to be a pretty good feature here. I think they'll probably water the top to get that cushion a little bit closer to the wall and built up, and see guys be able to move around. So these heat races are crucial with this new format. You can't make any mistakes or have any issues.
Are you a bad spectator? Is it hard to be down here watching tonight?
Yeah, it really sucks for sure. I've been here for 3 days and made 2 laps so far, so that definitely sucks. But yeah, I enjoy it. I was able to help GR get back on the racetrack right there. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm just kind of hanging out and getting pretty anxious to race tomorrow.
Guys, Nick Hoffman, he's the Outlaw points leader. He'll be racing tomorrow night. Right now, lights are down, and we're coming back to the green.
Yeah, and how about Nick Hoffman as well, fresh off a $10,000 modified Mafia Tour win last weekend at Virginia Motor Speedway. So
not MS.
No, not MSR Mafia. No, I think that's been semi-retired right now. But the Eldora Speedway Ford Pace Truck has fallen to the infield. We're going to go green this time. 2 laps in the books. 8 laps to go here in Ibach Springs heat race number 3. Kyle Bronson has chosen the inside lane on this restart.
Here comes McCready to the outside. The Valvoline Sweber Camp Ranch is number 1 to the outside. Can he make it stick out at 2? He drifts up the track. He'll lose momentum down the back straightaway. Here comes Joseph Joyner, right? Joseph Joyner, the 10. The Kubota 10. Putting the orange on the Kubota. The orange 40B leads McCready to the bottom of the side beside it at turn 1 for the lead at Eldora.
Good battle.
Good
McCready
battle.
clears him. Bronson crosses him over. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Joseph Joyner trying to turn back the advances of Bobby Pierce. Bronson now going to clear McCready in turns 3 and 4. McCready going to think about crossing him over, but he thinks better of it. 3 down, 7 to go. KB40 back out front.
How about Cade Loudy in 4th right now? Joyner slides up the track, leaves Pierce just enough room. Here comes Bronson. They are going at it here. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Bronson will slide up the track. McCready on the bottom. Here comes McCready. Here comes 32. BP 32 back at it in 3rd.
Yeah, Bobby Pierce back up to the 3rd spot. He separated himself from Joseph Joyner. He's quickly closing in on this battle for the lead. 5 down, 5 to go. In Ibach Springs heat race number 3, Bobby Pierce has entered the chat in 32.
Down the straightaway, Cade Loudy right now trying to hold off Brendan Smith in the 17 SS. One more heat to go. Down the back straightaway, we got a battle still, a 3-car battle. Kyle Bronson, Tim McCready, and Bobby Pierce off at turn 4. 3 to go in the 1.
Yeah, no surprise. The fastest driver the last couple laps has been Bobby Pierce. Kyle Bronson was a 10th quicker than anybody this last time by the stripe. As you mentioned, James, 3 laps to go, and there are the top 3 cars. Joseph Joyner remains 4th, and as you said, Cade Loudy doing a whale of a job right now. He finds himself in position number 5, the lads transfer spot with 2 to go.
Rocket One, of course, won the Dream a couple of years ago with Brandon Shepard. They won the World 100 with Hudson O'Neal last September. The Lucas Oil Championship, 2-time Lucas Oil champion Tim McCready off at turn 4. Bronson looking good with 1 lap to go.
He stretched out his advantage, James. He was able to put 4/10 between himself and Tim McCready as they came around to the white flag. They'll now head down the back straightaway for the final time through turns 3 and 4. Kyle Bronson up top. Kyle Bronson will get the win in Ibach Springs heat race number 3.
Tim McCready second, Bobby Pierce third. 4th is going to be Joseph Joyner. And look at his slider, the final. Oh, look at Brandon Smith. And Brandon Smith got it on Cade Loudy. On the final lap of the final turn, Loudy had 5th. But Brendan Smith, who's 3rd in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Series, got the 5th and final transfer spot in the 17S. So the top 5 will go to the scales. Grabbing in the position number 5 will be Brendan Smith. 4th will go to Joseph Joyner. 3rd, Bobby Pierce. 2nd spot will go to Tim McCready. And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, he hails out of Brandon, Florida. He drives the Race Car Engineering, Borchers Equipment, Michael Lloyd Hauling and Demolition, Mullenix Recycling, Tillman Roofing, LTX Home Builders, Lucas Oil, Bradco Equipment, Tanner Birdwell, the crew chief on the Longhorn Clements, out of Brandon, Florida. How about it for Kyle Bronson?
To get his your 2021 Silver Dollar National winner. Of course, he won a Spring Nationals in East Alabama. Got a gentleman who's always fast here at the Eldora Speedway. Kyle, great job out there. This orange 40B is quick. Good job.
Yeah, I felt like I had a really good car there. I kind of got in the back straightaway wall there a little bit when me and McCready was sliding, but overall the car was pretty good. I just got to free my entry up a little bit, and I think we'll be pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen, big heat race win for the killer, Kyle Bronson.
Yeah, what a great interview, Michael Norris. That was just fabulous. Dustin Jarrett, good to have you back here. Love Kyle Bronson's interviews. Love it.
Fun. They're always fun. All right.
How about Max and Chris?
Yes, that's who we've got. That's who we've got in the front row of this one. Final heat race of the night, James. Ibach Springs heat number 4, 10 laps, top 5 transfer. And it will be Max Blair starting on the pole in the 1-1-1. And on his outside out of Mount Holly, North Carolina in the 2-2, it'll be Chris Ferguson.
Row number 2, it'll be the 99 out of Paducah, Kentucky. It'll be Dylan Thompson on the outside. The driver currently 3rd in the World of LLA Motor Points. He's out of Robeline, Louisiana, the 97 of Cade Dillard.
3rd row back on the inside. It's going to be the driver who currently sits 4th in the Lucas Oil Points out of Martinsville, Indiana. That is the new deal, Hudson O'Neal. And on his outside, the driver 8th currently in the World of Outlaws Points. The 28 is Dennis Erb Jr.
Tristan Chamberlain, he's 5th in the World of Outlaw Rookie of the Year chase. The Gibson Motorsports 20 TC, Richmond, Indiana, his hometown, and on the outside, the 2012 Dirt Late Model Dream winner out of Zebulon, Georgia. It's Shane Clanton.
5th row back on the inside, a 5-time Eldora Speedway track champ out of Wapakoneta, Ohio. It's the Jedi, Jerry Bowersock. He'll be flanked by the Loveland, Ohio driver in the 39. It's Mike Hildebrand.
Out of the Mid-Ohio Valley area, Lowell, Ohio, Cole Perrine, the C8, and Bryant Dickinson in the Laser. He's out of Ionia, Michigan in the 5B.
Cole Perrine, the most famous driver from Lowell, Ohio since Bruce Dennis.
Bruce Dennis, absolutely.
That's right, back in the day.
All right, Max Blair, last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Moto Dirt Series, and Chris Ferguson again in a Longhorn out of Mount Holly, North Carolina, and his dad, Brian Connor, number 22 car.
Gorgeous
Come on out
there.
tomorrow night. Come on, the ticket's still available tomorrow night and Saturday.
Yeah,
We've got a great crowd here tonight. This is, well, we say it every year, but it seems like, yeah, this is the best Thursday night crowd.
I
don't know if it's the best, but it's good.
It looks really good from up here. Really? It looks really good from up here. I'm not down there, but it does look good. Tickets still available, seats still available, just like Tony squashed the rumor earlier that the track has been sold. We'll squash the rumor that tickets are still available. I think every year there's that rumor going around.
So it will not be Flodora.
It will not be Flodora. No, Ben's got a lot of Flodora shirts that will be going to third world countries here pretty soon.
I can tell you guys what you're all getting for Christmas. I can the FloRacing. I'd already modified the E.
That's what they do with all the Super Bowl losing.
They do. It goes,
don't they?
It goes to third world countries. By the way, just real quick, Tony talked about it earlier. Guys, get a life. Don't make rumors that aren't true. Our sport struggles enough without false rumors being made.
Hey, real quick, too, guys. Ethan Dotson, a motor expired. Motor issues on Ethan Dotson, and they continue to work on the 76 of Brandon Overton.
All right, great job, guys. Michael Norris and Ben Shelton. Thank you very much. All right, the final heat of the night. It'll be 10 laps, top 5 transfer. Max Blair and Chris Ferguson at the Eldora start zone coming out of turn 4.
Green flag's out and we're underway. Max Blair gets a good start as a bird flies up in front of the press box, and I thought someone blew a tire and chucked half of it up here towards us. They stay green through turns 3 and 4. Chris Ferguson gets a run on the inside off corner number 4. Max Blair going to lead lap number 1.
Dylan Thompson did not get a good start, spun the tires. Here comes Dillard on the bottom. Cade will leave room for Fergie down the back straightaway. And here comes O'Neal. O'Neal will try the crossover. He and Dillard go side by side into turn 3. But out in front, the Brad Spochas car. Man, O'Neal threw that one in, though. Portland, Indiana. Right?
Yes, he did.
We stayed there before.
Cade Dillard slides by and takes the air off the 71. That may open up the door for the 25 of Shane Clanton down the back straightaway. As Clanton right now sits in that final transfer spot. He's one position ahead of the 28 of Dennis Erb Jr. But out front in this one, James, a 1.3 second advantage for Max Blair. He looks faster than Tyreek Hill out there in the 111.
All right.
Jalen Waddle.
Not the Mark and Mark show. Back Duper and
Mark
Clayton.
Duper and Clayton, that's right.
But Max Blair out of turn number 2, Brad Spochas. First full-time year in a super late model as Centerline Motorsports. Of course, Max Blair, the veteran. He'll be with Smoky Mountain and in Lernerville in 2 weeks in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, doing double duty with the Rush Series, but right now dominating here at Heat 4 tonight. How about Clanton? It's his only, third race of the year, maybe?
Absolutely.
Capital race car owner along with Chad Smith. But right now, Max Blair dominating. Chris Ferguson second, Cade Dillard third, Hudson O'Neal fourth, and there's Clanton in 5th.
Yeah, Clanton, the 2015 World of Outlaw Series champion, the 2012 Dirt Late Model Dream winner, 2008 World 100 champ, right now solidly in that 5th and final transfer spot. 3 laps to go. Max Blair, I don't know that Max Blair has ever won a heat race here at the Big E, but James, as they cross the stripe this time, he's got a 1.1 second advantage over Chris Ferguson.
Tell you what, over the last couple of months, he's been really good in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Had a good run in the Show Me 100 going. But right now, Ferguson trying to close up on him. There's a battle back here between Dillard and O'Neal. 2 laps to go. And Chris Ferguson, the 22 car, he's cut it to about 4 car lengths. Fergie, you run down the back straightaway, and behind them, Dillard and O'Neal going out with the white flag coming up.
Yeah, Chris Ferguson's closing in a hurry. He's had the fastest car on the track the last couple laps, final time around. We will see if he's able to find a way around the 111 of Max Blair. Chris Ferguson's there. You got to think that a Hail Mary's coming here in turns 3 and 4. Down the back straightaway for the final time through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Fergie, but it's not going to be enough. Off corner number 4, the winner of Ibach Springs heat race number 4 is going to be Max Blair.
Second will go to Ferguson. Third to Dillard. Fourth to O'Neal. And grabbing 5th will be Shane Clanton. So the top 5 will go to the scales to make it official. 5th, Shane Clanton. 4th, Hudson O'Neal. 3rd, Cade Dillard. 2nd is Chris Ferguson. And your winner, he is in the Creekside Auto Sales. C&J Dairy, Murphy's Logging, TLW Transport Inc., Creek Bar and Grill, Little Lusk Campgrounds, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Greenville, Upstate Auto Group, Longhorn Clements for Brad Spochas, his dad Robbie Blair, the crew chief, Kayla McManus on the crew. The 111, last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Series out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it? For your winner, Max Blair. And Mike Norris, I'm pretty sure, his first win at Eldora, right in a heat race.
I tell you what, he did an awesome job. He's one of those drivers on the Castro Float Night in America. He drove clear back after a rain out, drove clear back to get a big win at Aries, and came all the way back to compete there at Macon. So putting a lot of miles, getting a lot of laps. Now a 3-time champion of the Andy Candy Memorial. I hope I'm getting that right. There at Aries. Of course, winning the Tuckasee Toilet Bowl Classic here in 2024. And a driver that's been very, very fast in this 1-1-1 as he heads correct weight. Again, in the Creekside Auto Sales. Murphy's logging 111. They said it looked like you were running underneath a Hail Mary from Dan Marino. Nice job.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We've always really struggled here, so to win a heat race, that feels really, really good, and hope that we can get out of here with a pretty good day today.
Well, I tell you what, boys, he's not supporting isotoners, but he gets a big heat race win. How about it for Max Blair?
Nobody had isotoners on their bingo card tonight.
All right, James.
But, Max Blair, Erie's, PA. Well,
they're going to get the Wheel of Misfortune set up to determine the invert for tonight and tomorrow night's features. While they get that set up and get the first B main lined up, we're going to step aside here for a few moments. Don't go anywhere. This is the opening night of the 30th Annual Dirt Late Model Dream, and you're watching it all live right here on FloRacing.